Welcome to Super Chats, where Calli had an anniversary, Gura had an anniversary, and a couple of people from Council had their 3-day debuts, as well, a new generation being teased. Learn more now at Super Chats. I'm Cameron.
I'm Nick.
I'm Carlos.
Let's get it started. Sorry, I took such like a fucking gamer tone. It reminded me.
You put on your very best FalseEyeD impression.
I wasn't even shooting for that for once. I still respect the shit out of FalseEyeD.
We all do. He's a great guy.
It's a hard job.
Robot, whatever.
We barely keep up the news, and then you watch a FalseEyeD, and it's like the 55 replies in the Twitter that ran adjacent to the news. Like, holy shit.
The actual news that we just, scoop
We
things
watch
from.
VTubers. He observes and studies.
Which is fair. They are an elusive beast, so.
I don't know how many people they even have a part of their group.
It's a team.
Like,
It's a
they've got
team.
Quite a few.
4 that are the faces of it. There's FalseEyeD, Cody, Lady, and shoot, how am I missing the other girl?
But they also have like one person that's like dedicated to a separate company.
That I didn't know about.
I mean, whenever you watch their videos, they're always like, "All right, now for like Niji Sanji stuff," and they'll go to someone else and they'll talk for a little while.
Oh yeah, no, there's 4 of them. Like
Yeah.
that are actual faces that they go to. Like each of them has their own specialty that they focus on. Cody
Yeah.
does the Japanese stuff. FalseEyeD does like there's the big news and things like that.
So it's
Lady
not,
does like indies, I think.
So it might not. It's not like strictly they separate like companies for each person, but they all have like their own thing that they do that's separate that they focus on.
Yeah, each of them has a focus that they tend to talk about. And it's driving me nuts because I cannot remember the last person's name.
Are they just like a mod or a member that you would be able to see?
Yes, it's Heidi. That's the last one. So FalseEyeD, Lady, Cody, and Heidi. There you go. That's the group.
The more you know.
Welcome to Super Chats again.
Welcome back.
I can't help but say it. It's in my blood now.
It is in your blood. It is up to you to greet us. Without you, we are lost. You are the Virgil leading us through this inferno.
All right, well, let's start with Miss 3-year anniversary stream relay before we get into each individual anniversary stream proper. Shall we, gentlemen?
Indeed, a Reno.
All right.
So, 3 years of myth. 3 years.
It's gone by in a flash.
3 years of understanding VTubers.
Somebody coughs in another country, and then suddenly VTubers, and then suddenly 3 years have passed.
I was in a very dark place 3 years ago, so this is a marker of where I'm at.
Yeah, I didn't realize how far after the coffining began, the VTubers swooped in to pluck the corpse of everyone's attention spans, I guess. To put it nicely. No, I think it was very much we were all stuck indoors anyways for quite some time. We expected it to be 2 weeks. It turned out to be years. And so on a personal level, I was dealing with a lot as well.
Yeah.
I know how that goes.
Yeah, and the subscription numbers still show that. 'Cause, all of Myth still has an insanely inflated sub count compared to the other EN members from that time period.
We've got the first gen is basically leaps and bounds above second gen, which is still, they're going to be higher than Advent no matter what, just because they've had a couple years here. But either way,
Advent's been very rapidly catching up.
they've been doing really well.
Advent do good. Advent do number.
I think they've plateaued a little bit, which is going to happen naturally.
Yeah.
You have the big the debut bump, and then after that you find your pace, you find your niche, and you start digging in. And that's whenever, like, the numbers still grow, but it's not like, it's not debut growth.
Honestly, they've kind of plateaued roughly around the same spot that Council did.
Yeah.
Because Council hit 600K, and then they just gradually rose from there.
This is how many of us there are.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, is that it sort of gives you a general idea of the population of like enthusiastic fans that are waiting for new members is probably right around 400,000 to 500,000 people.
Yeah.
In the US, in the English speaking world, at least. And then moving on from there, there's obviously some JP folks that are watching too, and they're subscribed and things like that. But then as they grow over time, as you reach a more critical mass, it's probably closer to 1 million. And then after that, it's like, there's people in and out of the fandom, obviously, and that's where like a lot of the myth numbers.
It's harder to gauge in general because you're going to have people who love one of these girls, but only really in collabs, so they're not really subscribed to them. Mm-hmm. It's just going to happen. They don't want their subscription fee to only be like 32 channels.
I don't understand.
I'm actually only subbed to like maybe 5 or 6 VTubers.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm only subscribed to 50 or 60. Legitimately, if I like I open up a stream and I like a VTuber, I'm just like subbed. So
I only sub to ones that I know I'm going to come back to regularly.
Yeah, that's a good rule of thumb. It's the ones that's like, I'm actually going to watch the streams and not just want to see clips and occasional big stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I have a couple YouTubers where I know I don't have to subscribe to them because YouTube will recommend me when their big stuff comes out. Mm-hmm. So it feels weird to subscribe at this point because that's become our relationship. That's who we are.
So, like, who are your big 5 then? That's what I want to know.
Gura, Fauna, Ina, Yuko, and Shiori.
Hey.
That's a hell of a selection. Why am I blanking on Shiori? Oh, Shiori Novella.
Shiori. Yep.
Sorry, in my brain, she's Rourin.
She almost never calls it Shiori.
And on the Twitch side, I think I'm only following Aura.
I mean, that's fair.
And that's mostly because I haven't used Twitch very much in a long time.
So right now, I've got on Twitch Aura, Camilla, and Geary. And then I've hopped in on a few things from like, Caribou Girl. Fuck, why am I blanking on her? Either way, but you know, a few different other folks here and there, but I haven't actually like followed or subscribed to them or anything.
Oh wait, I'm following Iron Mouse too.
Oh yeah,
I've been following her for years actually.
The other one is there's so many folks on Twitch, you know.
It's a whole different ecosystem that we don't interact with that often.
It's so interesting too because it's such a different feeling and everything whenever you're watching their streams too. But either way, I mean, on YouTube, there's so many that I think I'm subscribed currently to like 150-ish channels. So everyone in Myth, everyone in Council, and everyone in Advent, first of all. And then all of the biggest names from HoloLive JP, Watame, Pakora, all the big ones, basically.
I really need to sub to some of the JP. I need to sub to some of the JP members and the ID members too, actually, just because as an English speaker, I don't really get recommended their stuff that often, at least not their live streams.
Yeah, and it's nice that even whenever, like, I don't know what Polka's going to be streaming at any given time, but I can jump in and be entertained because she just has such a good personality.
She's one that I've wanted to look up for a long time, and I always immediately forget because YouTube does not recommend anything of hers to me.
Oh, yeah.
So I completely forget about her until she does something again and gets brought up.
I will say I'm also subscribed to Crash Landing Studios because they make really, really good fan animations.
Oh, yeah, I know Crash Landing Studios. They do the Gura Ame stuff.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. So, I'm also subscribed to all of Device now as well. I grabbed all of them.
Nick is our local device expert, keeping us up to date on all device movements and changes.
I actually did add something to the podcast notes this week about Device.
Oh my god!
Specifically about Ao.
Oh my god!
I was like, I was not very lukewarm on Ao at first, but now I've already gotten like a little bit of personality now, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
The Rizz.
I'm starting to get interested a little bit. Now we're getting somewhere.
Okay.
A lot of it was just because there wasn't anything out yet about Ao. No one was focusing on Ao. So now that I've got a little more information, I got a little taste of that personality. That I'm getting on board there. Yeah, I'm also subscribed to the official HoloLive English page.
Nice.
Just so I can locate country roads quickly. Sag. Rip everyone
Yeah.
involved.
I'm sure Myth regrets that, but they don't regret 3 years of Myth.
Back on topic.
Hey guys, welcome back to the topic.
All right, let's start off with the stream relay, which we were going to a while ago and then got distracted. This was a really fun little series of streams they did, each stream being about an hour long, a little more, a little less here and there. We jumped from person to person, rating into each new stream because that's a thing again. We started with Calli.
Yeah, so Calli had prepared HoloMoney Island, a quiz show, which I think she based it off of Jeopardy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She asked all her members what would be some good questions. And everyone's like, all right, I got some good HoloLive questions. Let's lay it down. So she had a bunch of just like very like, do you know this obscure thing about HoloLive? Do you know this thing about HoloLive? And it would just go from there. Like, I want this one for 500. I don't even remember what the categories were. It was
Wasn't
like,
there an entire category for exclusively just hologra?
yeah, there was a hologra. But that's because
And not a single one of them remembered anything from their own.
well, a lot of them
holograms.
got close, but it's like, how would I remember this other thing?
Yeah.
Because one of them was like, hey, Ina, what were the 2 moves you used during your hologra? And she knew like the first one, but forgot the second one. Because like, and Ina said, the reason I remember the first one is they made me repeat it a lot in the booth.
You weren't happy with my enunciation. Oh no.
It was really fun. And as usual, whenever Calli has to host these things, it turns into everyone like fucking just riding her ass about things and making her defend herself over every little thing. And also her turning on the reverb effect and yelling.
Of course. Classic Calli moves.
Gosh, the big things of note. Gura did not score a single point. This is to her credit, and it was hard to watch at some points. It's not because she's stupid. She actually knew quite a bit. It was just she got really close every time, and then some pedantic detail prevented the points from being given because, like, you were close, but nope, sorry.
Gura, the gist queen.
It's the worst feeling when it's like the answer is 3 things, and you got 2 of them right. No points rewarded. There was the most unique one was like
Poor shark.
the one where I think they asked like who was the first person to like have Yago pose for merch, and Ina knew the real answer, and the answer on the board was wrong.
My favorite thing to happen. So I missed out on this stream, unfortunately. I did not know that they were doing the stream relay, and so I missed the first part. Sad.
I got home at like the end of this section for like the last 10 minutes of it.
I learned that she was hosting one through the membership community, and I also thus learned that there was a relay occurring, and she was the first stop. So I'm like, oh shit, what am I doing tonight? Oh, that's right, I'm sad and playing Starfield. I have nothing better going on. Let's watch.
Calli, cheer me up. So, anything else about Calli's Calli's HoloMoney quiz?
There's nothing else that really jumps to mind. It's a funny Jeopardy game with a lot of hoo-ha funny moments. And everyone being sassy.
Ina had a funny ending to it.
Oh, what happened? I forget.
The final question that Calli asked was worth like $1 million. So Ina got it and just won.
Hell yes. That sounds right. Ina was on a streak that night, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah.
Next up was Kiara's Family Feud. This is where I came into the mix. I started off watching this. I watched Kiara accidentally reveal several answers when she didn't need to.
It was so fucking funny.
The fucking weird, janky way that she was doing this. She had like... she had the color of the text matching the background, and then when she wanted to reveal an answer as being correct, she would change the color of the text. And so half the time she would just select the wrong answer, and as soon as it was highlighted, people knew what the answer was. Yeah. But aside from that, it was straight up Family Feud. She pulled, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your outlook, members of her audience.
Oh, no.
KFP's where you at? And got 100 responses or whatever, or so ever many responses, and then broke it down percentage-wise, however she did it. And then put up the responses from the questions, and, you know, obviously it was the top 5 answers were worth points. The first one worth 5, the second one worth 4, all the way down to 1 point for the last one. And yeah, She would ask the questions, get the answers, give the points. Sometimes she would remember how to do math and actually add the points correctly to the totals. Sometimes not so much. At the end, she was like, whatever, chat will tell us who won anyways.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter, I guess, that much. It was pretty funny overall. Kiara is a good burb. There you go.
Yeah. It was good vibes. I liked her segment a lot. You can definitely tell the difference in their like hosting style. Because if I remember, like it's like a lot more like Kiara going like, I don't know, that should count. Oh. And little moments where it's like, I don't know. I feel like Calli lets some shit happen so she can be sassy, where Kiara doesn't let any shit happen, but then gets wishy-washy and goes, I don't know.
My favorite part was when Calli got the first chance to answer the question about what is the best HoloLive pairing.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, Ame-same. And Kiara was like, bro, what the fuck? And of course, number one was Holotori, Jesus. Was, why am I blanking on their pairing?
Is it the dog and the cat?
No, it's Calli and Kiara.
Why am I blanking on the pairing name?
Wow, this is weird. Carlos, do you remember what their pairing
Wait,
is?
No.
That one's named Carlos? What's your name?
Nick.
Nick. Where are we?
Narlos. Ame-same is obviously a great one. Why can't I remember? This is going to drive me absolutely
Calli,
bonkers.
Kiara.
It's Tori. It's something Tori.
I don't know if I've even heard it
Dead.
before, honestly.
Bird. Calli, Kiara, pairing, google.com, pairing name, HoloLive.
Takamori.
Reddit. Takamori.
I would have never guessed that in a million years, all right?
Why did I have that backwards? It's in the shipping wiki.
Yes! We're home, boys!
Takamori is a fem/ship between Takanashi Kiara and Mori Calliope.
Canon? What do you mean canon? Why is there a section about canon?
All right, so at one point it sort of was, and then they both decided that this was a stupid joke, and it made both of them a little uncomfortable at this point, and then they moved on. And by that I mean Calli was like, "Please, can we stop?" And Kiara was like, "Yeah, it's fine. I'm sorry."
I still like you a lot. Can we hang out a lot? Yeah,
No,
sure.
there's still like. Here's the other thing: is like they were really great friends from the start.
Yeah.
and they still are fantastically close friends. And everything.
Literally nothing changed. They just chilled on the joke.
Yeah, they just dropped the whole like we're in a homosexual relationship gag. Which frees up Kiara to actually be in a homosexual relationship with someone else. So probably Narissa.
Yeah. And for Calli be in her homosexual relationship with money.
Interesting.
Well, Narissa sure pried herself in there real quick. I think that took a whole, like, what,
The little home wrecker.
1 or 2 days?
But if Narissa marries Kiara, then Ollie's married Kiara as well then. So that's cool. Let's not forget that little thing that's
What
happening.
a web we weave.
Spider VTubers, go.
Boobers.
Nope. We moved on to Enoch playing Gartic Phone. This was fantastic, as Gartic Phone usually is.
Yeah.
It's just a fantastic group game that you can jump into. And when you have, like, Ina, professional illustrator / eldritch god Ina, doing any sort of drawing game, it's going to be ridiculous. There were a ton of really cute little animations and different things that they did.
Yeah, one of them, they actually did, like, they managed to start a whole animation with all of their little mascot characters, and they managed to make it go the whole way through all of them, and like making a full dance animation.
Yeah, because it was like a little dance party for all the mascots, right? I think it was the last thing they did.
I think so.
Yeah. But just in general, it was a fantastic just get together, hang out, draw stuff that's funny.
I regret not taking notes. I had to pull up the video. I love the Gartic Phone stream because with them continuing the prompts, you can tell their senses of humor. It's like Ina starts the story. Bubba walks into a bar. Kiara goes and finds a pretty cat called Chonkers. He wants to flirt. And then Calli had written as the next response, but remembers he has 5 children, is in a loving marriage.
It's so good.
Like Calli loves both the subversion and the deadpan.
Oh, yes.
Whereas Kiara's a little more prone to like these extravagant situations.
Above all, she enjoys bonking Kiara to not do that thing.
Yeah.
I feel like is a big part.
It's
of it.
100% that.
So yes, the guarding phone segment, really good. Any other highlights we want to talk about real quick?
Like Carlos had said, now that I learned his name, a lot of dancing. They got a dance out of it. I love the animation part. It was fun to see them like force it out. Like everyone's like, I see the model. I see how it works. I'm going to draw this. I can follow the model. Like everyone's drawing skill got a passive debuff because all they had to do was make what happens to the model next.
Yes.
Which is always fascinating.
And it's also really funny because like Ina is professional grade artist. Calli also, when she puts her mind to it, pretty much a professional grade artist.
Yeah.
Kiara is very, very good at being an artist. Gura, I have no idea. Ame, no idea. But I'm assuming they're at least passable, obviously, because they helped. But it's like you have, a bell curve of artistic style here.
Yeah. Gura has drawn a little bit in the past. Ina has drawn a lot in the past. Calli has drawn quite a bit and animates quite a bit. Kiara is clearly pretty good at drawing. Ame is here.
It's funny too because I don't see Kiara doesn't do drawing streams very often.
But she does.
But
she do draw.
She's very talented and skilled at it whenever she actually does.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite points in that was the something's missing.
Oh, like where like one thing is like off and you have to add it. Am I recalling that correctly?
So you draw something,
Right.
it sends it to the next person, and then the game will delete something
Yeah.
that the previous person drew.
Oh man.
And you have to keep continuing it. And at one point, it got to Ina because I was watching her perspective on it. I guess she was probably the only one for it. I think
Yeah, she was the only perspective.
I think the host was the only one that had their own perspective.
Yeah, because it bounced from each person to each person.
But it came back to her, and the only thing it was like an empty speech bubble in the top left and a pair of panties.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
So Ina went a little wild with that one, actually.
Did she?
She drew a taco in the panties.
Yeah.
Like face in the panties.
Feeling pretty.
And then she put in the speech bubble, Ina ...
Go on. All right, let's move on to Gura, who decided it was time to play some Uno.
Gura fucking wanted to play Uno.
Yes, she tweeted about it beforehand, and I was like, oh no, it's happening again, boys.
Gura, why?
So, as with any Uno stream I've ever watched from anyone at any point in time, it's insanity. There's a lot of shouting. There's a lot of going at each other and everything, of course. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
They were attempting to give everybody one win. It didn't work.
That will never work. Uno is insanity every time. So who did win?
Quite a bit.
Good job, Ina. Proud of you. Yeah, Ina was on a winning streak that night.
Yeah.
She was undefeatable in most things. And of course, Ame didn't win.
Nope.
No winning for Ame. The gremlin was let loose. How many games did they play? 7 games total.
Ina won 4. Bone Bros won 2. Kiara won 1.
Good job, Wawa. That's my boss.
Some
She's
of
there
their
winning sometimes.
Some of their games ended up going a little bit faster because they weren't playing with all of the house rules turned on.
The nonsense.
The house rules make games last a very long time.
Oh, I'm well aware. There's a lot of everybody hand each other's cards around, and
Yeah.
it just gets very insane. All right. There's not a whole lot more we can say about Uno, I don't think. It's Uno, it's chaos, it's fun.
Yeah, it's a very straight. You know what you're in for. It's Uno.
Yeah.
Nope, Kronii is still the queen of Uno.
And always will be.
There you go. And then, of course, we finish it out with the surprise of surprises, Gmod.
Oh my god. As soon as I saw the fucking Gmod loading screen, I felt nothing but pure elation hit me.
I was so fucking excited, too. As soon as it was Gmod, I was like, yeah.
I literally grew up from middle school onwards. I played nothing but Gmod. I watched nothing but YouTubers who played Gmod. Loved Gmod. Some of the funniest moments of my life, Gmod. Gmod has returned.
Yes. Now it is among us with guns, though.
That
That is how Ame described the game for everyone to understand.
Well, to skip ahead a little bit to something I was going to mention later, but Ame mentioned in her anniversary stream that Gmod was her first PC game, and it was also where she learned about the existence of streaming.
That makes a lot of sense in general, then.
Baller.
So this part was also fun because we got some special guests.
We did.
Shiori, Bijou, Fuamoko, and Kobo all showed up to join in and have fun.
Yeah, so here's how it goes. Like right at the start, Ame's like, okay, I set up the server. Here's what we're gonna do, everyone. And we get some cool like behind the scenes moments where Ame's like, all right, we're all gonna hop over to the open VC on the channel. It's like, oh, okay, we're hopping. And then anyone who wants to join in can just do it, and we'll make it easy. The fucking second they hop over and boot Gmod, they're like, oh, hi, everyone. Hi, Shiori. Hi, Bijou. Hi, Fuamoko.
Welcome to the group, everybody.
Bijou just got done learning how to play Hitman from Fauna and just hopped right the fuck over. Shiori, I don't know what she was doing, probably cutting corpses to bits.
That does sound like a Shiori move.
I imagine Fuamoko were sitting there excitedly like a dog waiting for the dude to come home, just like,
Is it time yet?
hi!
It's like every time they do collabs like this, Bijou's just like, she's literally always streaming and then just cuts her streams to go do these. Shiori just pops out of the ether and into wherever she comes from, and everybody else just kind of pops in and out.
Fuamoko was there a respectable 10 minutes early and waiting for what will
Yeah.
And then Kobo,
That's Fuamoko.
after they got done with like the last couple rounds before they had to make their big announcement, right before they went over to that, Kobo hopped in. It's like, oh, hi, Kobo. I see we're drawing VTubers from a hat. I mean, it makes sense. Kobo's like around the immediate Myth sphere. She likes to hang out with Myth.
She can speak English. She can hang out.
Yeah,
She
she specifically likes Myth quite a bit. I mean, Kiara adopted her.
Yes, as did Calli.
Yeah, she's very adopted.
And then is Estelle her brother or something? Which means Estelle is now also canonically then the child of Calli and Kiara.
It's gonna get weird if he marries Ollie.
It's going to be very weird.
I am now my own grandpa.
Have you guys been following, by the way, I don't think we have this mentioned anywhere, but have you guys been following the whole Narissa's extended family on Twitter thing?
No.
I saw some of it on the Reddit before we started.
Oh
up.
wait, I saw about her brother, I think.
Yeah, so it's
And that
her brother and her two sisters,
Yeah.
I believe, is the entire Narissa extended family. And there's been a lot of art going around because Narissa was just like, this is what my family's like. And then she was like, draw some art of it.
Yeah.
And so now there's like, my favorite interaction was definitely Yofi because she was just like, I want your brother. And then she clarified and was like, I mean for Holostars. And then Narissa popped in and was like, well, I've been trying to marry him off to a good woman. And then Yofi's response was, I'm on my way. So Yofi is snatching up Narissa's younger brother, apparently. That's just
Starved.
happening.
Disgustingly hungry.
Good job, everybody. Everyone's a winner. But back to the Gmod, which was fantastic.
Yes. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. The best way to do it is kind of play by play because we hit like a road bump of interessante right away. So they started off playing good old Trouble in Terrorist Town and Counter-Strike Office.
Hell yeah.
God, just a burst of nostalgia. So like Ame's perspective, she's going over the server and how to do stuff like, all right, guys, here's how you change your model. I downloaded a bunch of models in the server. Here's how you join. Make sure to favorite it in your server browser. Like I'm feeling so much fucking nostalgia as she gives like play-by-play on how to play a multiplayer Source game. You might want to go into options, enable the tilde command so you can get into console. It's like, oh, God. They're playing it. Ame turns a corner and there is a baby with a gun. It's like, who's that? It's like, it's Bibu. Bibu's like, hi.
Bibu was running around as a baby with a gun the entire game. It's so good.
And then like they see Ina. She's a penguin. It's so fucking cute. And then they turn the corner and Mori Calliope pulls up a gun and I mean like the 3D model is Mori Calliope and she fucking guns them down. I just watched Mori shoot a baby and it died.
Mori and the baby in a shootout with each other.
Ame then pipes up, You can't use that model. You have to change it.
Yeah.
Talking to Calli.
Yeah, it's like, I know I put her exact words. So I know I put that in the model downloads. My bad, but you probably shouldn't be using that. And Kara's like, oh shit, yeah, sorry, I'll swap. And she swaps to a skeleton, I believe.
Yes, that's what she was for the rest of the
So
time.
what that brings forward is something interesting that I think is worthy of note. Is the implication that Calli could get bonked for using an unofficial 3D model.
Or it could be the fact that it was a model of Mori Calliope of Hololive English myth holding a gun and shooting a baby.
Strangely enough, I don't think that'd be the worst thing someone has done with an official model.
Or getting gunned down by a terrorist. There's a lot of conflicting issues here.
But if you click below Calliope's official stage, you can find a weed grower.
You can,
farm.
but I'm just saying this is like legitimately being presented on an official stream. That's probably a big part of it is the content.
Here
of it as
is
well.
the angle I perceive and what I think might be going on to some degree, because we actually have a little bit backing this up from Shiori. I think if the 3D model is made by a fan and does not go through cover for official approval, and maybe especially if it's trying to be an accurate display of this character, it is not allowed. Because Shiori has mentioned before that someone had made like a 3D model of her for use in MMD. And Shiori went, you guys go ahead and have fun with it. I'm not allowed to use it, but I'm encouraging you guys to go wild with it.
That makes sense.
And Calli was using the unofficial source mod, which is obviously not the official cover 3D model. It's a 3D model someone made by hand as a fan work, so that way you can make Calli default dancing.
Yes.
So I believe the issue is more so it's a 3D model that hasn't gone through official channels to be approved. It's more of a gray zone than anything, which is to say she would get talked to and be like, hey, make sure you're avoiding unofficial portrayals of you.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's not cool. Because otherwise, I feel like we've seen some of the 3D models do worse.
I think it's an interesting thing because also all fan created content based on the characters of HoloLive are able to be used by HoloLive production.
It's inherently owned.
So it's an issue where, according to the way that it's set up, they can use it, but I'm guessing there is an internal vetting process for it.
If you don't mind me speaking over, because I can see Carlos wanted to say something. I just want to get this out before I forget it. I think it's like a seatbelt procedure. Let's say out of nowhere, Marine decides she wants to do a stream on a game, and someone has made a 3D model of Marine that she prefers for this game, and it's the only one available. A lot of people have been using it. She sees no immediate issue with it. She uses it for a moment and then gets to an obscure part of the game where it triggers an animation that normally won't happen. When she does this, the skirt upflits and shows vulva.
Yeah.
Exposed, free to the air. And then a receipt comes out of it saying a derogatory term.
There you go.
The issue is, the 3D model looks okay, and it's gone through a lot of people. You know who hasn't vetted it? The people who care about how the stream does.
I think we're getting toward the same thing at the end of the day.
Yes, we are, 100%. I think it's just an issue of we only want to sell the mattress if we've checked it for snakes.
Yeah. Carlos, you were going to say something.
I was just going to say something along the lines, too, that, HoloLive reserves the right to use that type of thing, but they're still not going to use it without thoroughly approving it first.
Yeah, they're going to want it all checked out. So.
And I totally, that just makes perfect sense to me. But
There
it was really interesting. I think it's the first time that something like that has happened.
Gentlemen, we've come to terms.
I love all of you.
That's nice. Calli also...
Just like my dad.
Love you too, bud.
That's nothing like my father.
Aside from Baby Bibu and self-proclaimed Calli, the Calli who turned into Skelly Calli,
Yeah.
we also had Ina, who was a penguin. And so we had a penguin with a gun.
Yeah.
It was great because the penguin was like 2 inches tall, and there was just a gun floating above
There were
his
so
head.
many moments of like the penguin shooting someone, the penguin running for its life, a dead penguin found on the ground, and someone whispering, "Oh no, Ina."
Well, that's the thing is like I think Girl was a penguin at one point too.
Yeah,
because
I
there were
think.
2 penguins at one point. I know because one of them was the terrorist and one of them wasn't. And they got confused and they couldn't figure out what was happening. They played, of course, several different game modes. They did Find the Killer. They did Murder Game, Obstacle Course, and my favorite game in all of Gmod, Prop Hunt.
Prop fucking hunt.
I liked when Fumoko won without hiding. That was fantastic. They just stayed as the default T-posing model and just hid in like behind a painting. And because they had so much health, it didn't matter. At one point they were found, and it took them so long to kill them that I'm pretty sure it pushed it past the boundaries. But yeah,
it took Fuamoko like half the stream to figure out, or like almost the entire prop hunt time to actually figure out how to hide.
yes. And here's the thing: Fuamoko are very good dogs. They are wonderful, and they are very intelligent. But they play The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time for Nintendo 64, and they play whatever Sakura Taisen game exists for the Sega Saturn. Like, they like older games.
And even that said, I mean, Half-Life and Gmod never really took off in Japan. I know this because Half-Life made a failed arcade machine that is surreal to see.
It's so cool, though. But yeah, this isn't really up Fumoko's alley.
Yeah.
They're like Donkey Kong Country.
But they're having fun.
Yeah, they had a good time. They just like hanging out. They're
Good God.
girls.
I felt so fucking spoiled just watching all of Myth get together, play one of my favorite games, and then all the fucking nerds from Advent come out and just make it even better.
It's so great. Dude.
Shiori's just fucking vibing. Bee-Boo's just bee-booing.
Nerissa must have been incredibly busy to stay away from her girlfriend Kiara.
There was a fucking part. There was a fucking hilarious part where like Shiori got killed by a grenade or something, and right at the end of the round, finally Fuamoko, I think it was Fuwawa, went like, "Hey, did you throw that grenade?" And Shiori went, "No." They went, "That's because we did." It's like, what the fuck, you weirdo gremlins?
Oh my god, I love it so much. They do. They're up there for me in Advent. They're so entertaining. I've been watching the Fuamoko mornings when I get a chance. It's just nice because there's just such genuine cinnamon roll doggos. And they have a segment where they're like, if you took a walk and took a pretty picture, send it to us. We'll put it up and tell people about the nice walk you took. And they're like, do you have a dog? Send us a picture of your dog. We'll make it the dog of the day. My favorite was the time the dog of the day was a cat.
I should send them a photo of my dog in the cone of shame.
You should. It would be great. He just could be dog of the day. Also, sometimes Mokoko does a pup talk, and it's just everything they do is great and cute, and I like it. All right. Sorry, I forget that I'm a pebble. And sometimes I feel like a ruffian. All right. They went on from Gmod. Well, they paused Gmod at the 3/4 mark, more or less, and we're like, all right, we got stuff to talk about.
Announcement.
They got merch. They got metal keychains. They got a rerun of the mascot plushies. Why would you do this? I don't have the money right now.
So 2 things that are really worth noting. 1, the keychains are really nice.
They are.
This is more metallic minimalist design. So if you're one of the people who is a little concerned about touting your anime merchandise, unlike us, this is a good buy for you.
Indeed.
And as well, the rerun of the plushies is very nice because scalpers suck dick.
Yes, exactly. And they were getting scalped. Again, it's one of those issues where I really want to order all of the plushies, but I also don't want to spend all of the money I have. Don't have.
Buy a Bubba, hide it in Ruby Tuesdays. Happy surprise.
Yes.
He's happier there. The salad bar literally never ends.
What's the plush that you want to get most?
So this like leads to an interesting thing that I realized when these plushies came out. Mm-hmm. Myth has my least favorite mascots. Council's like nothing but bangers. And then this gen's like, don't really like the skeleton with sunglasses. The bird's okay. Bloop makes me feel uneasy. Bubba makes me feel uneasy.
Bloop, head empty, no thoughts.
Like Bloop's up to something, but he doesn't even know what it is.
He's working for Satan. He just doesn't know how to do it, right?
And I like our squid boys. I like the tacos, but
Takodachi.
I ordered a taco.
Did you?
Yeah.
My man.
My only issue with the takodachis is like a consistent characterization that they're like inertly perverted and need to be punished. I don't like to gather sinful little children on my shelf.
Why did you have to bring that up when I just said I bought one?
You're the one who took a note of like, yeah, she drew tacos huffing panties like a bunch of park stalkers.
Do you want me to get the Guradaki back out? I'll do it.
How feeble your tie ground is when the tide rolls in.
I thought we would go 1 week without that, okay?
Apparently someone can't keep it to himself.
It's on your chair over there.
Okay.
I reserve the right. That is head asshole.
To quote one of the best episodes of Better Call Saul, you know the truth now. Can you live with it?
Ooh. By the way, the bird and the taco are what I'd get to.
Yeah, I would get the taco because it's so fucking key to Ina's characterization. Mm-hmm. Like, she's fucking bringing these boys up all the time. They're getting bonked. They're dying trying to reach her. Like, a Pikmin goes off a cliff trying to get her. She goes, oh, no, poor taco. It's like, is that us? Are we not but lemmings?
Yeah. Yeah, we get paid in cookies.
That's true. I forgot about that. Ina has so much lore that came up during the fucking quiz show. The question was, what is the fourth Wa? And everyone went, what the fuck are you talking about? And Ina sighed and went, it stands for this. And they're like, how many Was are there? And I think she muttered like 42. And she knows them all. What happened? I watch Ina. When did this happen?
She's really good at integrating her lore into everything.
She's just very nice and very sweet, and whenever things happen, if something happens and she doesn't want it to happen, she'll tell you no. But she's just like, guys, you can't be tagging everything with this. It's getting really uncomfortable, which she had to do in the past. But also, I'm not gonna. Okay, first of all, if you're an artist on the internet, you're gonna draw boobies. That's what you do. That's what is made to be put on the internet.
God gave you hands for this purpose.
You're a fan of making art and you like Hololive, congratulations. You're probably an Ina fan because Ina likes to draw and talk about it.
Talk about it.
When you add these two things together, you get the fourth wall. And you just get a lot of Ina's back.
Oh, it's like what? We are here. We are happy. We are hype.
We are, yes.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. But along with that, we got another announcement.
Also, if you use it as a tag, it leads you to very interesting pictures on Twitter.
Would rather not.
There you go. That's the thing that Ina had to address at one point. She's like, don't tag it with the real art tag too. Stop it.
It's not real art.
It is real art, just you can't, she doesn't want to see it. She's one of the ones that she is very much of the opinion, like, go ahead and make it. I couldn't stop you if I tried anyways. Please don't tag me in it. I don't want to see it.
Oh, she looks so happy in that picture. Oh, she looks so happy in that picture.
Marine, show her whatever. She's down. But, like, other folks have different rules. Kiara, it's toss up. I'm sure Kiara has a very strict limit that you hit, and she's like, no.
Like a cat.
I imagine is where she's at.
Which is why it's always interesting when Ina does something like wild. Because just like in the prop hunt for this stream, where nobody really had a great idea of what they were doing other than Ame.
Yes.
She was the experienced Gmod player. And they're playing, she was the killer at one point. And she killed everyone but Ina. Mm-hmm. And Ina's like off in a corner of somewhere, like crying and
hiding.
And just hiding, and with Ame walking around, ready to murder her.
Oh, that's right, because she was trying to find a gun or something. Right?
Yeah,
yeah, and saying, if you pick up all the little green pickups, you can get a gun too. And that's how you fight back right now. And it's like, I can't find you. Are you upstairs? She starts walking upstairs, makes it to the top of the stairs, and just gets blown off and dies.
Yeah, Ina just pops out with a gun and shoots her right in the face.
You never would have expected it.
Oh my god. Yeah, Gmod was such a good time. Ame, as you said, played quite a bit. She knows where all the Gmod spots are to hide in. Hardy hard jokes. It's a sex joke. Are we done with this topic now?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
We just
Let's
have to
move on to Gura and her 3rd year anniversary.
Oh, we had actually. Well, we're on the topic about sex spots in Gmod, but we did have to say that Myth made an announcement about their next group song.
They did.
They weren't going to, but then they were trying to talk about if they should or shouldn't, and then Ame accidentally said, "Should we announce the song?"
Yes. Kiara was like, "Good job, Ame. I guess we're announcing it." So the new song is called Reunion, and it's coming soon.
Looking forward to it, TM. All right.
Now we can talk about Goober's 3-year anniversary.
3 years of Goomin.
3 years Goobin. Going strong.
Goober.
Yeah, it was pretty wild, the differences between what people did for their streams this year. Because Gura was definitely one of the calm ones.
Yeah.
She she just kind of wanted to hang out for a while.
Yeah, she basically just did a Zatsu, right?
Yeah.
Like, hang out, chill, talk for a bit, catch up. Which she was absent for quite a while, and then she came back and she's been doing a lot of game streams and stuff. So this sort of makes sense for her,
Yeah.
I feel like.
But yeah, she showed off her 3D model, like, different costumes for it. And
Yeah, I tuned in for all of like 5 minutes of this, and she was just hanging out in her bikini.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. This is fun. This is good,
for some reason, she had like some sort of mini portable treadmill for this stream, and she was running on it at some point. I don't know what she was doing exactly, but
She was goobing.
it was just her being her usual weird.
There's nothing wrong with that. One thing I did glean from this is that she has confirmed that her tail is a plug-in type. I did hear that somewhere. Oh my God, she can walk on water.
The Christ figure.
So about that, you know how I mentioned the treadmill?
Yeah.
She found an interesting use for the treadmill.
She could stay in place and make the character walk.
Yeah.
Oh my
so
God.
she was able to explore the 3D summer map that they used.
That's awesome.
She was a little afraid how far she could go and how much she could show because she was doing this without permission of any sort, I guess. So she settled for just walking across the water.
I mean, you know how
That makes sense.
Again, Calli broke the clipping on her map and it revealed a weed lab. Like you don't know where these came from.
It is what it is. It's one of those things. But she was having fun. She's goobing. That's
I wonder if
thing.
they're gonna get in trouble because I think Calli low-key confirmed. Correct me if I'm wrong, random viewers. I think she confirmed that her map at the very least was based in the Unity engine.
Oh, that's problematic.
Hey,
right
for
now,
what it's
baby.
worth, they only download those a couple times.
There is that. Hey,
that's
how much money is directly attributed to these?
That's the new loophole.
I see. So why is Gura the reduced fat mozzarella stick nobody wants?
I don't even remember anymore. She just randomly said that. I'm
sounds
like,
right.
I'm going to put that down.
I'm just gonna randomly say things that are mood.
Oh my.
You go 10 minutes and she says something really, really random that it comes completely out of context. There's no way you can remember why she said it, but she says it.
She lets the conversation go where it wants, is what it feels like. Gura's just here to hang out. She's part of the conversation. She's not really steering it that well,
Yeah.
Toes for free.
The dogs for
You
free.
get to see the dogs.
That was one thing I noticed during. We'll show up at Fauna's 3D showcase eventually, but that was one thing I noticed during hers was like, yeah, she doesn't wear shoes, but that makes sense. She's Mother Nature.
She is literally in touch with nature.
It's true. All right. Eventually, the stream, of course, came to the merchandise.
Gotta buy some merchandise.
You gotta buy the merch.
Yeah.
There is a goober in a burrito.
Burrito goober.
Yes. It is a little
Garrito.
Garrito plushie.
How does she keep doing it? Because she names them.
Of course she does. That's because that's the way her brain works. It makes funny words that come
Garrito.
out of her mouth.
My little garrito.
She is quoted as saying, "It is in the burrito for your own safety. If you let it out of the burrito, you have to burn it to get rid of it." Thus the Garrito plush.
The garrito.
Yes. She also has a cozy muffler, a bloopy cushion, and a bonus sticker.
Oh my god, a bonus sticker.
Should you buy it all? Overall, really cool stuff. Next up is... Oh, is there anything about Gura's 3D... Or there's too many things that happened this week.
Gura's anniversary.
Yes, the 3-year anniversary of Goobs.
I'm happy, Goobs.
Also happy Goobs. Goobs, big VTuber, much import.
Bunga.
Bunga. Carlo, Goob good.
Yes.
Goob good.
Me draw shark happy on cave wall. Me smile.
Me draw shark sad. Me smile.
Me forget hashtags.
Dumb bit.
stop drop my cute girl intercourse in my cave. This cave for decent art, indecent in Unga's cave.
Twitter parentheses X in olden times.
Hey, Carlos.
Yes.
You all right?
I think I'm okay.
This one's your Oshi, right? The Goobs.
Yes.
Are you happy that she's been around for 3 years? I
Yes.
think she's.
What's your favorite Goobs moment?
Oh, favorite moments. That's hard to say. There's 3 years of moments to sift. Give the man a minute.
know.
Let him cook.
I really enjoyed her Stray playthrough a lot.
That was a good one. I love how at the beginning of Stray, every fucking VTuber had the same reaction when the cat fell down like a 40-story like fall. And first of all, my only thought was, it's a fucking cat. It's gonna land on its feet.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's the entire thing. Anyway.
Good answer. Good
He
answer.
also plays it for the rest of the game, unless it gets blown up or something, I assume.
Halfway point, cat blows up, swap control to Solid Snake.
I played all of Stray. It was really fun, actually.
No, the cat blows up, and now you can play as Sora.
There we
Kingdom
go.
Hearts 2 joke.
There you go. All right, let's move on to Kiwawa, who
Kiwawa.
has indeed freed the Wawas.
The Wawas are free.
They are. They cannot be contained.
Oh, I remember her. I'm scrolling down. I remember her stream now because there's a point where I had to pause and go, no fucking way. Continue.
Yes. So here's the thing. I've watched about 10 minutes of her stream total.
I watched the whole thing.
I'm proud of you because I did not have the time and I couldn't fucking find it. I was busy. I think I was busy at this point editing last week's podcast or something,
I think I remember what I did. Oh, yeah. I remember what I did for this stream.
which was what?
I helped a fella out, if I remember correctly.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, yeah.
No, this was happening during the recording of last podcast, wasn't it? Or was it right after?
I think it was like right after. I don't know.
That's right. Okay, so Carlos, run us through the children's cake.
Please do, Carlos.
So she bought like one of those little tiny mini cakes
For
that you,
babies.
that you can buy.
This one looked like hamburger for some reason.
Yeah, because she's like, the chat asked her, "Can we have a banana for scale?" It's like, I don't have a banana, but here's my drawing pen. She set it down, and the drawing pen was literally like the same size as the cake.
It's a very small cake. I love that she took an even smaller piece of it though, like a perfect, like a normal slice of cake, but from a tiny cake.
Oh, yeah. She used one of Omocat's pixel things as a topper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was already a small cake, and then she cut a slice into it.
So not only that, she posted it on she posted it on Twitter. She posted the picture of it with the slice missing. And everybody was, and myself included, was immediately like, is that a fucking hamburger? Because there's an icing layer in the middle between the two layers
Yeah.
of cake, and it's like brown. It looks like meat. It looks literally like a hamburger.
Well, she is a fry cook.
And exactly. But she doesn't make burgers. She makes chimkin, that, Phoenix, something. Who knows? Point being, though, it looks like a burgie. It does. So
Yeah.
It was just one. That's the reason I know about that. She also got a really cute PDF of
Bunch of
messages and fan art.
fan well wishes.
Yes.
Yeah, she didn't read the whole thing on stream because it was like 44 pages
Yeah,
or something.
the fans always write a novel, and it's like, fellas, there's more going on. Thank you so much, though.
Can't go through all of it.
I don't know. It's not like if the PDF starts with "you must read all of this on stream."
Yeah, I'm sure she's looked at all of it at
Yeah.
some point, but
Yeah, there was a lot of original art that was made just for it.
from a lot of really good artists too, like people she has commissioned in the past and stuff. People commissioned for this, so I know that there's a lot that went into it. She revealed a pineapple. I'm assuming this is the song Pineapple, or am I wrong? Tell me,
No.
Carlos.
This was the bikini.
Oh, the Wawas.
She called it the pineapple reveal.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, she freed the Wawas.
It's the most replayed moment on the stream.
Yes, it is.
God fucking damn.
I mean, if
Pineapples.
anybody- yes,
The Wawas are free.
that is
Yeah.
as I saw. She's had the bikini outfit for a long time. She has always had to cover up the bikini though, and now
She says that I believe she said that all of their models have them in some form, but they've never been allowed to use them before.
HoloLive summer is back, baby. That's all I can say. But yeah, it's not the official bikini. Well, I mean, it is an official bikini. It's not the one that they all got this year as part of like an idol outfit or whatever.
Yeah.
This is her own thing, and it's You're looking good, boss. You're looking good. All right, this is the part that I tuned in for. She got a bunch of personal messages. A bunch of people reached out through Cameo. Service. Yes, and got her cameos from people that she likes. She got a cameo from Alyssa Milano. From Charmed.
Charmed.
Yes.
The show we've all seen.
I definitely saw some of it as a kid because it was on TV all the time.
Oh shit! I've never seen any Charmed in my whole life.
Really?
Yeah.
It's definitely a TV show. She bonded with Narissa over Charmed, I think.
Yeah, they 100% did.
Yeah. This was definitely a big show in the 90s.
I've probably seen some of it on TV too.
90s and 2000s. Yeah, it was unavoidable. I think it was on WB or something. It was always on. She got a message from Elijah Wood. I wouldn't, but Elijah would.
Are you happy?
Very rarely anymore.
You know who's not happy? Kiara. Because Fuamoko haven't seen Lord of the Rings.
I know.
She got so upset.
Very angry. That was during the relay.
Yep, that was during Gmod. Wow.
There was another movie they said they hadn't seen too, and they were just like, we haven't seen a lot of old movies. We haven't seen Lord of the Rings.
To be fair, I hadn't seen Lord of the Rings till my third year of college.
I watched it in theaters. I'm old.
Indeed, you are.
That's how life works.
Not to be cruel. I didn't mean to be cruel.
That's okay. We all know you're cruel.
It's true. It's in my heart. That's why we get along.
We also know that I'm the elder. Am I older than you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm the elder statesman.
Yeah.
That's why I opened the podcast, you son of a gun.
I was teething on my N64 controller. I played. This is a strong memory for me. I remember playing Hey You Pikachu, chewing on the microphone, going, "I want my buddy Pika to hear what I'm doing." Seeing go, and then releasing a Pikachu goes, "What the fuck?"
He goes,
Sorry, strong memory.
Hey, real quick. What if I had a Hey You Pikachu and the remote? Or the microphone.
I have something to tell my man Pika.
Just put that out there. I might have picked up a new microphone for Hey You Pikachu when I was in Japan.
I think I still have one at home somewhere.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's awesome. I have the cartridge.
I might have to dig around. I don't know if I got tossed, but I should still have a Pika 64. Don't know if I actually do, though.
I'll buy that from you if you do. All right, let's get back to what was actually important. Elijah Wood from Lord of the Rings.
My favorite VTuber.
Yes.
I really like Elijah Wood.
He was a genuinely nice guy. Mm-hmm. He did his best to be knowledgeable about her whenever he made the video.
Oh, yeah.
He said he actually looked up her content to see what kind of person she was.
Clicks on it, you little shit. Why isn't she gay? I'm going to kill you in the usual room. Shut the fuck up.
That's it.
I love her.
Yep. She's excellent. We all love Wawa for all of these things. Of course, Kiara freaked out. She had I'm Sean... The guy that played Samwise Gamgee.
Oh.
That was for her birthday. She got a cameo from him. So now Elijah actually said during this, he was just like, well, you've completed the set. Right. Who else did we get? Yannick Truesdale from Gilmore Girls. This one's beyond me.
Yeah, she's all right. Darn it. Now I'm going to have to go rewatch all of Gilmore Girls again.
Oh, no. Well, Austin, she did 8 points. No, it's perfectly fine. Gilmore Girls does nothing for me personal. But
she was very, very confused at his at first because she watched it the whole way through and it's like, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I then rewatched it again. It's like, oh, he's doing the whole thing in character. Okay, now it makes sense.
There you go.
Because he was kind of a jerk through the whole thing. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what his character is like in Gilmore Girls. Okay, it makes sense now.
This one, at this point, I had internally cringed into myself into some sort of weird donut shape, and so I stopped watching. I have a lot of problems with cameo things. I don't know why, but they make me uncomfortable. There's a lot about it that I'm just like,
Psychologically, it's a lot of parasocial relations stuff happening.
Yeah, there's just a lot of layers.
We tend to cringe against that, mostly because parasocial is such a device to help us get through our daily life. So when that changes, it kind of upsets us. It's like there's a person at the bus stop you come to know, and then you go outside one day and your mom's talking to the person at the bus stop that you kind of know. It's like,
and you're just like, that's Red Backpack Guy. Come on.
It's like, what's going on? Is something changing? Are we becoming unstable? Must we move to the south where the buffalo are yet untamed?
Every time. God damn it, mother. All right. She also did some challenges. She did IRL paragliding.
Which was fucking wild.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
ran off the side of a mountain. My favorite thing is that somebody went enhance.
God damn you people.
Enhance. She's wearing 2 hats. And she was actually being 2 hat Susan.
Oh my god.
She was wearing the 2 Kiara hats while she did the fucking run up and like was paragliding.
2 hat Susan takes to the sky.
2 hat Susan wins again. Fucking love Kiara. She's the fucking best. God damn it. Challenge 2.
One for each hat.
She did a camping trip.
Yep.
A tent in the woods. Totally real camping in the real wilderness. What was this like? Because I missed this challenge. The paragliding was impossible to miss. It was posted everywhere.
She set up a tent in the woods. It was definitely deep in the wilderness, and definitely not in some little nature preserve where they have like little water springs set up and nice little boar trails made for you to walk on.
Perfect. So she basically went to a nature park.
Yeah, pretty much.
Kick ass. As long as she was happy.
She did make a camping stew.
Oh, hell yeah. Kiara, for all of her many faults. No, for nothing else, Kiara is definitely a good cook.
Yeah, she found some nice wild, perfectly grown potatoes and carrots inside this nice naturally growing little wooden garden.
Amazing.
Amazing how nature do that.
That's my boss.
God, I haven't gotten the reference that in a long time.
May the force be with you. What's the Star Wars quote? Because she doesn't even like Star Wars.
Oh no.
She said something.
It's time.
No, not the chinkin. It's just a baby. Oh yeah, they're like little quails or whatever. They like Minecraft whacks them into a single chicken nugget
Just Minecraft Zelda moment.
right through a chicken leg. Perfect.
Yeah, she's just chilling out in like someone's backyard.
It's very obviously someone's garden.
It's fine.
It's great though. Wawa's having fun. That's what matters.
I will
that's
say-
not a hose. That's a nature spring.
It was so fucking nostalgic, at least, to see her like in a tent, because I used to camp a lot more.
Yeah.
Camping,
Are we gonna do a group camping trip?
I might be down. To
Oh
ask
my
me
God.
again whenever it's next summer, I guess, because I don't want to do it during the fucking winter.
Well, at some point, she says something in German. She starts speaking in German, and then you just see the subtitles are "May the Force be with you," and then the translator note at the top: "Translator does not speak German."
Perfect.
Who translated this?
There could be many people actually. Challenge number 3. Spicy food.
Spicy
Kiara
food.
had to eat her own noodle arms. All right, she tried bulldog Korean ramen. It's one of Carlos's favorite foods.
It is my favorite store-bought ramen.
There you go. It's spicy.
It is hot.
It's hot.
It is really hot, actually.
And Kiara took it like a champ. She didn't cry even once.
Without any milk.
She ate a few bites and then basically cried a lot. And
She ate a few bites and switched to yogurt.
yes. I'm really a big fan of the quote, "I'm just a weak ass white girl hoe." Unquote. That's my Oshi.
That's your Oshi.
I love that fucking burb. She's the
Yeah.
best.
She didn't even read the instructions or know there were instructions. She starts it off by dumping the noodles in the bowl, and then just dumps hot water in it and leaves it there. And the chat's like, "This isn't instant ramen. You actually have to boil that." It's like, but where are the instructions? And they're like under the flap. And she looks under the flap, and it's like, there's nothing here. And 5 minutes later, like, look at the flap, Kiara. Look under the flap. And she looks under it again. It's like, oh, you meant like under the flap, not the bottom of the flap.
Oh my god. That's my boss.
That's your boss.
All right, so there you go. Check out Kiara's 3rd anniversary stream. It's full of great stuff. There's merchandise, of course. There's the KFP backpack, which I'm really fucking excited for.
There's also the KFP notepad, the official Kiara pen.
I really like notebooks and pens. Everywhere that I go, I have in my possession 2 pens, one for everyday writing, and also I have a fountain pen with a special blue ink that I purchased. It's a metal fountain pen that has been patinaed with age because I use it very regularly. I also have 4 notebooks that accompany me to everywhere I go. I really like paper and pen. I'm my own fucking special individual. Shut up, everyone. So the fact that Kiara's got a paper and pen coming out, I'm very excited for.
And you know who knew?
If it isn't at least 100-weight paper, I'm going to be so sad.
And you know who knew my man Nick would need it? This guy. And you know who owes Nick money? This guy. Now we're square.
Now we're square. No one owes any money because the other fun thing is, was it like a photograph this time that she did as well?
Oh, yeah. That's a good question.
Either way, it's signed if you buy the limited edition.
Yep.
Oh, there's also a
luggage tag,
which I will be using.
Yeah, you're getting a Polaroid style
Bromide card.
Bromide.
I believe she said that the notepad that she went for this time is a smaller sized one, and that was on purpose. That she wanted like something smaller, more portable.
It feels like the entire theme of this, and this is a big thing for Kiara in general, is travel.
Yeah.
She's big on travel. So having a travel-sized notebook, having a little pen, having a travel card or a luggage tag to take with you, and then in your wallet you can keep the memory of Kiwawa with the bromide Polaroid.
Remember, Wawa forever.
Yes, because she's the best. And then you got the backpack to put everything inside of. I'm really excited for all this merch. Cam got it for me because I got him the limited edition Bay stuff. So
We take care of each other here
do.
at Super Chats Podcast.
Carlos is on his own.
Carlos is expected to fend for himself.
Well, that's okay because Gura did not have a limited edition of her merch.
Yeah, if
so.
she had and I'd seen it, I would have snagged it for you. Don't worry. Like, that's not something you mess around on. We're going to now move on to Ina's 3rd year anniversary stream.
The 3rd Wa.
The 3rd WA.
3 years of wahing nonstop.
It was a 3D chatting stream.
Yeah.
She wore a bunch of different 3D costumes. Carlos, which was your favorite?
I think kimono is still my favorite.
The Tomorrow outfit.
Hell yeah.
This is what she wore.
Her kimono is really, really gorgeous.
I actually have the acrylic stand for her kimono outfit.
Oh, hell yeah. There we go. So, yeah, it's just Ina. She's cute. She goes wah. She wears kimono. She admitted to making weird poses in the studio as staff watched, because of course she did. She's Ina. It's what she do. There's something about how lanky her arms are. Like, Kiara jokes about having noodle arms, but then you see Ina's 3D model, and I'm just like, God damn it. Those are like spaghetti arms.
Her 3D model makes her arms look even skinnier.
Yeah, they're so tiny. It just kind of cracks me up every time. We need to get her to, like, start a lifting regiment and get buff as fuck. Because, like, Buffodachis or whatever. All right. Her model keeps drifting around all stream. It's going to happen sometimes, you know. I do know that I started watching this one and she couldn't get herself seated correctly at first. And she had to, like, move herself around a little.
Yeah. It seemed like every time she sat down, she would immediately start drifting. So that was one thing that was causing it.
She must be in Tokyo because she is Tokyo drifting. I'll see myself out.
We're staying in your home. You're leaving.
Fair. Small Ina showed up. Guest appearance by Small
Yeah.
Ina for some karaoke.
About time.
Yes. My favorite part was the end of the karaoke where Small Ina went sideways and gave chat a big hug and then said bye-bye, which was great.
Small Ame started drifting across the screen, drifting straight towards the chat. So she gets most of the way over there and realizes what's going on. She's like, "Come here, chat. I'm gonna give you a hug."
Little baby
just goes,
Ina.
So yes, there was a bunch of, what was the highlights of the karaoke for you?
Kickback and it was an 8-bit version of Idol.
Very cool.
which
That's like cute.
she was just having a great time.
Yeah.
She was giggling the whole time through the karaoke.
I remember skimming this one and like seeing her like cackling during her karaoke. Like, okay, she vibing.
She had fun. That's the important
I
part.
remember seeing her. I think I saw her anniversary like right after Calli and Kiara's, and I was like, I wonder how Ina's. Oh, she just vibing.
Yeah.
This is a
just
different
about
vibe.
She did an idol drawing. There's a time lapse out now, so people can watch that, which is really cool. I do like watching time lapses every once in a while. It's always funny to me when I tune into an Ina drawing stream or any drawing stream, especially from HoloLive, because they always are just like, here's something I prepared earlier, and it's the entire sketch of what they're actually going to like. What most of their drawing streams are really like inking streams and then coloring streams, because they start off with the sketch already done.
Yeah.
And I'm always just like, how the fuck did you make that? Like, how are you starting here? That's not even end game for me. I draw 2 lines and I go, I'm trash, and then I stop drawing.
Well, you'd be really excited then, because she announced a drawing relay where
Oh my.
I heard today she had technical issues, so she's temporarily having to pause it, but while she gets some new equipment she needs. But she's been doing like semi-educational drawing streams this past week since then, where they were all themed, where like she would draw something specific for a day, or she would pick like only certain colors, and she would have to make a drawing using only those colors for a day. And she had like a
really
different
cool.
theme for each day.
That's one of the things I really love about Ina's drawing streams, aside from the fact that they are just comfy and really cool, is the fact that she always treats them like a teaching stream. And you can always like pick up really cool little tips and like drawing information. So I always really like her streams for that. I'm not a good artist. I never have been. I'm not practiced. I'm not inherently good at it. It's just not my forte. I drew some eggs once to use as emotes. That's about the best I've ever done. And that's because I could draw a circle and then draw a crack on it as a joke. You know, like, it's one of those things where I've always loved being like looking at really good art, and I've always wanted to be able to make it, but I will never be that great at it. It's just unfortunately what it is.
I drew a lot of comics during high school. Like I've probably finished like a couple chapters of some stories before I was just really honest with myself and went, I'm just not there. All my friends are drawing better than me, and I know I don't have the patience to actually learn the form. This was fun. It's probably the only like hobby / lifetime dream / goal I made a very conscious decision to stop going after. It's probably the only one I ever felt like I couldn't do, because I feel like everything else I can reach my dreams.
I mean, that's completely fair, frankly.
I think it's good to be your own best critic. Be a nice critic. Like, if you don't think you're good at something, let yourself down gently and make sure you land someplace healthy. If all you fucking have is drawing and you're telling yourself you suck, maybe you need to be a little more careful with your mental hygiene.
You wake up in the morning, light a cigarette, walk out to your many canvases, slash them with a knife. Like, not a healthy place to be. Yeah, I recognized fairly early that I had no artistic talent. I can visualize something in my head, and my stupid, dumb hands cannot make that happen on paper. So I said a very, very long time ago that I was like, it's just not for me. It's not where I'm going to go, you know?
I like to design. I don't have a lot of good spatial reasoning skills. Like, I'm no good at clay. I'm no good at painting. I don't really understand the physical space world. I hate it. Like, anytime it begins to enter the 3D world and understanding how something would look in 3 dimensions, that's where I stop. I'm better at like iconography or like design in that matter.
My problem is human form. I cannot transmit it correctly to pen and paper or to digital format or anything really at all. I can sit and draw a technical drawing for hours and hours and make it really nice, and I can do 3D effect on it to a very solid degree. I need a very specific set of tools to do that. I need a drafting table. I need a lot of protractors and things like, but I can do it. I have that ability. I'm good at drafting. I'm not good at making art, as far as that's concerned.
Carlos, how are you at art?
I've never put any effort into trying on, really.
I have an idea for a video.
I like where this is going. I've got an iPad.
Hurry, Carlos, draw our manga.
Here is how I envision the 50th chapter going.
Now draw her giving birth.
All right, returning from whatever the fuck that just was. Ina also has merch for sale. She's got a Squish Squish Taco Friend keychain, which I kind of want. She's got a lovely idle Inanise rubber mat. She's got a bonus postcard, and I save that. What I saved for last is the thing I really want to get, which is they're multiplying Takodachi room slippers. I have a thing where I want to buy the slippers. I don't know why. I really want the taco slippers. It's still one of the greatest disappointments I have in myself that I never bought the Slipkin Slippas that were for sale at one point. Because I wanted them so badly. If I had my way, I'd have like a set of slippers based on every anime or every VTuber in my house at all times because I think they're just fucking cute.
My big issue, I love slippers. I never fucking wear them.
In the winter, you can't find me without them. In the summer, I never have them because they're for cold weather.
Well, I think they said there's only like one member of Myth now that has not sold slippers at some point.
Who's that?
I don't remember which one.
Damn it.
Well, bad news. The estimation for the ship date is between late February and late March.
Yes.
That'll be just in time to be put in your closet and wait.
Exactly. So they're really cool, though. I like them. Moving on. We also had the 3rd year anniversary of Amelia Watson. She didn't have a whole lot prepared, and there's nothing wrong with that because these sort of things creep up on everyone.
No, she said that she was too busy working on their actual relay.
Yeah.
That she didn't have time to get to this because Gmod takes a lot of work to get it to work for streaming.
You have to set up a server architecture that was prepared in 2004.
So, hey, if you guys want us to set up a community Gmod server, let me know.
Yeah, the Super Chats community, all playing Gmod together.
I mean, we could fit everyone on a single server.
She also said that part of the problem with it, too, is it is extremely easy to accidentally show your IP.
Extremely easy. Take it from me. Yeah. Gmod was like, oh my God, it was a hotbed. Like, Gmod let a little too much shit happen.
There was a moment in time, that's for damn sure.
You play TF2, someone clicks their spray screen, you now know how a man looks.
Okay.
Or Crystal
I'm gonna
the
put something
Fox.
out there real quick. Yes. The furry servers. Yeah. You will never find a more welcoming and joyful community of people playing TF2 than the furry servers. But boy, you're gonna see some sprays. You're gonna see some sprays of things spraying.
Are you guys?
What you're gonna see.
Are you guys having fun? Yeah, I'm having fun.
That's a bulge.
But would her anus be like that? Let's discuss.
Dude, furry servers, like they were always populated. They were always popular. They are always like everybody was always super friendly, unless you went in and like were brigading or something or being a dick to start with. But like the furry servers were always the best servers in TF2 for some reason. It was always hilarious for me. I'm sorry, we got a little distracted.
It's fine. That's in character for.
She had new model expressions. Amelia Watson did.
Yeah, Amelia
That
Watson.
may eventually come to other members.
Yeah, she said they were using her model as kind of like almost like a tech demo for new expressions.
Which makes a lot of sense. Amelia is the techie person.
Yeah.
She's the tech whiz of Myth. That's for damn sure. She knows what she's doing. She knows how to do it. And she helps out everybody with their tech stuff, which is fantastic.
God, I just love her vibe.
Yeah. I like that she stuck her tongue out. That's really funny. She also did the Ame Awards. Ame of the Year went to Puppet Ame. Special Rare Ame Award went to 3D Skeleton Ame.
God, I really did love Puppet Ame. She said some shit.
Puppet Ame was something else, man. Ame's Personal Favorite Award went to Wide Small Ame. Chat Favorite Award, Totally Legit, went to Armando Watson. And then Queen Bee Ame Award went, which first of all, Queen Bee has a different connotation depending on the circles that you're running in. And this fucking prevert knows what I'm talking about.
Yes, I unfortunately do.
We'll just say that we know that because we watch trash. Don't look that up right now. We're gonna we'll say it's because Carlos and I watch Trash Taste that we know what this is. It went to Biame. It's a hentai production company.
A very notorious one.
Yes.
Well, congratulations.
There you go. So be careful if you're Googling that award. There was also the Ame Anniversary Survey with ratings, weaknesses, strengths, future goals, and wishes, among other things. How did this go?
Yeah, she gave herself pretty much like a 4.5 out of 5 for her and for management.
5 stars.
Gave chat like a 5 or 6 stars.
Hell yeah.
Her chat's actually one of the better ones, if I'm going to be frank.
She's really
There's a lot of chats where I hang out. It's like, Jesus Christ, fellas. And I watch some of them. It's like,
Shy Lily's right there, guys.
yeah. Like they're either like down bad, strangely critiquing, backseating. And Ame's is usually like very chill. I think Ame has done a really good job of like getting people right where they need to be without killing the fun. Which is not to say anyone in HoloLive has killed the fun, but there is like an amount of like rules and stuff where it's like there's not as much edge as there used to be. But edge isn't a good thing. It's a risky thing.
Yeah. There's never going to be as much edge with any HoloLive talent as there is with just a rando on Twitch anyway. So.
But, you know, we get Ame running around in her detective game and everyone's like, ask if he's single. Ask if she's single. Ask if she's single. Is she wearing any underwear? Is he wearing any?
100%.
Ame is good with work. She talks with her chat quite a bit in a fun way, which audience interaction fun.
Well, she's got a very solid community, basically. The teammates are proper chaps. That's what they are.
It's like I say, I like her vibe.
Yeah, she's good with playing along with the chat.
Exactly. But she's also good at punishing her chat. Like the stream where she operated on chat to remove the Morb, which was her way of announcing the Morbius joke is dead.
Please stop doing this.
And it was like, fuck, just an hour and 30 minutes of a sketch of chat bent over having the Morb removed. Like, okay, message received, ma'am.
Guys, we're no longer Morbid. I have this to announce.
Strength, lots of Ame, variety, weakness, too chill, bad at scheduling. And she adds more. Bad at tweeting. Fair.
Oh my God, yes, understandable. I went on a lot of tweeting. I did a lot of tweeting this weekend, and I still didn't tweet the one thing that I really should have because I feel like I don't want to just like. I took a picture in front of a giant ketchup bottle. But I don't want to just feel like I'm berating GXR about ketchup. There's a fine line that we all walk. Anyways, back to Ame. Her anniversary survey was a lot of fun, and we all learned a lot about how she views the chat, which is great. She also did a fan-made VR chat room.
Yep, it's like a little museum.
Yes, museum.
Yeah, the chat sent her this. Like it was all pre-made by fans.
This was her basic. This was her 45-page PDF. Is what this was.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot. There was so much. I think she spent like a half hour, 45 minutes looking around through this.
There's a ton there. There's a lot of artwork. There's a lot of 3D models. Tons of really cool stuff.
Yeah, I think the highlight of it for me personally was they had a timeline of like really noteworthy streams from debut until the current date.
That's phenomenal.
I might want to watch it.
They were all dated by the month that they happened.
Fantastic. Good work, fucking teammates. Good job.
What's a stream from like really early on in HoloLive that you're nostalgic for? I have one that I'm like strongly nostalgic for because it was the first moment. It was like, oh, we're gonna be doing this for a while, aren't we, folks?
Which one?
It was the one where they played Surgeon Simp 2. It's like the first collab.
Yeah.
And it's just Gura and Ame already starting to vibe. Ina vanishing into a corner, never to be seen again, and just trying to figure out how to talk to these other people. It was fun, and it's nothing like what we have now. It was awkward. It was weird.
It was early moments.
Yeah.
It really was.
I couldn't tell if I was entertained or not, but I was fascinated. And it got better. Just wowie. It was fun. I watched the whole thing for a reason.
I got brought in by Gura as everyone did, and then I was like, because my mind is I don't know what it's. I don't want to think about what it says about me, but I was like, eventually I was like, who's the least popular? All right, that's my favorite. Like, because Kiara had such a rough start.
She did.
And like her microphone sucked ass, and like she was streaming at weird times because she's Austrian, and like all of these like terrible things that she had going against her. And so I was just like, I'm gonna find out why she's cool though. And that's like I focused hard on Kiara, and that's really what like made me appreciate her though. So there was a lot of early scuff for Kiara, especially.
Yeah.
But That's one of the things I really liked about her, frankly. She had a lot of room for improvement, and she nailed it. So, what about you, Carlos? Got any old stuff you like?
I mean, whenever they first came out, I wasn't that big into VTubers yet at the time. I was still kind of gradually like working my way in.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really watch a ton of early stuff, honestly.
Oh, I gotcha. You showed up a little bit later, huh?
Yeah.
That makes sense. I'd already watched a bunch of Kizuna Eye and stuff before
yeah.
was a thing, so. All right. She didn't have any anniversary merch because she just put out merch recently. And she did a little bit of karaoke afterwards as well, after the stream or just at the end of the stream.
It was right after.
Okay. Yeah, so she did a little karaoke too. She's always fun. Ame karaoke's great. All right. Calli. This whole podcast apparently is just us talking
We
about this stuff.
warned you.
This is a very HoloLive EN episode.
This was like the big myth week.
Yes.
And it was
Yes.
anniversary stuff. They did so much.
We knew it
They
was
deserve
coming.
it because they're fantastic. They laid a lot of the groundwork. They walked so that Fuamoko could run. All right, Calli's 3-year anniversary. She did a full 8-minute long voiced origin story animation. I watched it. There's a dead kid.
Good.
It was done by Merriweather, and it's really well done. Merriweather, by
Yeah.
the way, if you don't know, also a VTuber. Have you ever seen anything from Mary?
No, I don't think.
Oh, Mary's great because he's like a horny gay dog.
Already my hero. Love.
We'll look up some Mary stuff in a bit. It has to be the same Merriweather as far as I'm concerned. If it's not, let me know. But Merriweather is amazing. Inspired by Nade's 3D debut, this animation was. Mm-hmm. How is that the case?
I don't know. This came straight from Calli.
Oh, she just said it was inspired by it.
Yeah. I don't know if I've seen that stream. So
I don't think I have.
Damn.
either.
We're going to have to
look
do
that
some
up.
research.
Yeah, that's Merriweather.
Yeah.
Merriweather's great. And then Ame provided voice acting for her part. She was a child Ame, and she cursed a lot, which was great.
it was really, it was pretty hilarious actually. It was child Ame was in it quite a bit, and she was just talking exactly as she does normally as an adult.
I love the part where they're just like, Ame, you could have died. And she's just like, what the fuck? I don't know. It's just like, the entire opening was really good. And it's basically like Calli being depressed as the Grim Reaper's apprentice. And then eventually she's like, I accidentally saved a human life. And the Grim Reaper's just like, mood, that happens sometimes. This job can be depressing. You should probably take some time off. Go visit Japan. And she's like, what the fuck?
Heard Japan's beautiful around this time of year. They got to work on that life expectancy, but hey, that's just me being a numbers guy.
Yeah. Death was literally like, we'll get her eventually. I'm not concerned. It's really good animation, too. It's fantastic. It's sort of like an animatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way that it's set up, too.
It's like still images that are moved to look like it's animated.
Yeah. So it's really good, though. I really liked it. I watched the entirety of it. She got some new member emotes, which is always good to see. She, especially when you're at 3 years, you're going to have 3-year anniversary people, too. You know?
Yep.
She wants to do a subathon. I think that'd be pretty fun for her.
She does.
Yeah.
Sorry, remember.
It's not something that people really do on YouTube. It's huge on Twitch, though.
Yeah. I did watch a subathon the other day that was really interesting, but we can talk about that later. She did a guest call in, spin a wheel to recommend Calli things. Risu, go nut, says she was inspired by Calli's song End of a Life. Calli also loves Risu singing because you should, because Ayunda Risu is a fucking fantastic singer.
Yeah, she said that she pops into Risu's karaoke every now and then. And
Which is
she's
good.
always like stunned by how good she is.
Risu is legitimately a fantastic singer. Also, check out her truck driving simulator streams. They're very fun. On the wheel, Risu promised to make Calli spicy Indonesian curry IRL. Ooh. Which is great. I love whenever Indonesia crosses over with anybody else, frankly.
Yeah, because I think they said that they haven't actually met in person before.
Yeah.
So that they would really like to someday.
Yeah, unless they meet up in Japan, it's kind of like a weird situation, I imagine. So
Yeah, well, they specifically I think it was Risu said that if they met in Japan, that the curry thing probably would not happen because bringing food items carry on across
It can be very
countries
sketchy.
can be sketchy.
Exactly. That didn't stop Ame from, or no, wait, who was it? Iris. Somebody smuggled, no, it was Mume. It was Mume. She smuggled in like 16 boxes of Kraft macaroni and cheese to Japan. Except it wasn't Kraft macaroni and cheese. It was like Auntie's or Anne's macaroni and cheese. It was a knockoff brand. I was watching a stream the other night and she was talking about it. Sorry. Shiori called in.
Yeah.
Calli wants her coat
Yes.
because it is a baller ass coat.
It's a big coat. It's comfy.
Big comfy coat. They had a nice game sharing discussion.
Turns out they
my
really
God.
like a lot of the same games.
Yeah.
And she recommended Calli to play Fear and Hunger.
The most Shiori sense possible. I don't know. There's a game I do like. Have you heard of Fear and Hunger? And Callie just went, I do want to play that. So this actually leads to an interesting issue.
There's a lot of wing wangs in that game.
So here's a fun issue. A lot of people in HoloLive actually do want to stream Fear and Hunger across both branches. I don't know if anyone in Indonesia expressed interest. Here's the issue.
Ollie.
Fear and Hunger is a game where you can target the penis.
There's a mod out that removes all the nudity.
Here's the issue. They're not allowed to play video games with mods.
Then that's not going to happen.
It's a blanket rule. And they have to somehow like figure out it's probably not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Because Cover would have to look at the mod and determine there is no instance where it misses a wing wang.
Yeah.
They can play a hentai game unpatched and just censor on the fly and pray it works.
Yeah. Well,
This game is not that, though. This isn't a game with some sexual situations. This is a game where every fight has a wiener. Sometimes many.
Well, Callie said that she was gonna probably wait for the sequel to come out anyway because she's already been spoiled on the first one too much.
Well, the second Fear and Hunger, it is out. So I'm wondering if she's waiting for like a censorship thing. Because I'm imagining the Fear and Hunger devs been like pressured to be like, hey, I want to play this game. But unfortunately, it features content that let's all agree here, probably not cool.
Yeah.
Can we make some changes? Please.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff in those games. Great games from what I hear if you're really into it.
I watched a gentleman.
Very difficult to...
Good old gentleman. Shout out Eyepatch Wolf. He did an hour video covering all the content from it. And
Really good video.
it's a fascinating thing to learn about, especially because he's a good storyteller and he's good at emphasizing the learning, how it's almost more of a puzzle roguelike than an RPG.
Very much so.
It would be funny to watch someone stream it because it's such a it's good streamer bait in the fact that it brings out a lot of awe and shock and what the fuck moments. Mm-hmm. I understand why Shiori's playing it.
Yeah.
Fucking weirdo. And then after her, we got Bibu.
Bibu! Bibu! She joined in while she was also streaming. Because
Yeah.
Bibu does like to work hard.
Like actual midstream.
Bibu's,
Hold on, I gotta go talk to Calli.
Bibu's fucking intense. I bought another laptop so I can stream in two places. I'm playing with Fauna over here and Kronii over here.
Kaela, fire up the desktop.
Okay, this is healthy.
Calli is now Maui Senpai.
Maui.
Moai. Bijou trends on Twitter as Bibu, not as Bijou.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite thing because her name is Bibu now.
Bibu's like the hardest name erasure we've had in generations.
It's so good.
And it was like immediate too.
Bibu? No, Bijou. Bibu. Bijou.
Bibu. It's Bibu.
Yeah, they were kind of discussing whether it was going to be like another Bay situation.
Hakos. Bales. There's only one time you hear the fucking name Bales. It's when Calli's mad.
Truth.
They're sisters.
They are. And they're Chads, too. They talked about Elden Ring, and then because of the wheel, she recommended Calli watch Ghibli movies.
Mm-hmm. Not a bad recommend.
Yeah.
I did something wild last week. I rewatched Spirited Away for the first time in like 15 years.
How was it?
I like it more as an adult. It's a very good movie.
I've never watched the whole thing.
Literally 0 complaints. I love it.
Princess Mononoke is my favorite Ghibli.
That's next on the
That,
rewatch.
Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind is really, really good. And there's another one that I really love.
You know what
It's
scars you for
escaping
life?
me.
When you're 12, you turn on Cartoon Network, and it's the climax to Princess Mononoke. And you're like, what in the holy goddamn fuck? They don't even show this shit on Animal Planet.
Is that Billy Bob Thornton? What is he doing here? All right, Kronies after that.
The Cronster.
Kronii was an interesting one.
Go ahead.
Calli said at the very start of this segment, all right, so our first guest, she's coming. All right, our first guest is asleep. She will be back later, maybe. Please, I'm not gonna say who it is. Don't brigade her, please.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call.
She never said anything, and then Kronii comes on, and she's like dead out of her mind. It's like, okay, I know who was asleep now.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, guy.
I guess she was like severely jet lagged.
Kronii, whatever.
I can believe that, especially if she was. Again, we're going to talk later about the 3D showcase. I assume that was probably part of the reason, because they were like, "Get to Japan now."
Time is
So
money.
they had a weird discussion about food. Is that a thing that happened?
Yeah, that was really weird.
I can believe that, especially when she's jet lagged and sleepy.
Yeah. I mean, she's kind of weird to begin with, and then she was weird and jet lagged.
Oh, the Subway chugger's weird. I see how it is. Some people just have no respect for culinary curiosity.
I love her.
She's so fucking great. And then on the wheel, Kronii wants Calli to sing "What Does the Fox Say" and "Planet of the Base."
I
Or
know.
is it Bass?
That depends. Do you believe the fish has the ability to conquer?
Potentially.
Then the bass shall reign. It shall be their planet.
Next up is Mooms.
The Moomster.
She moomin.
She moomin.
Mume requested to not be perceived.
That's a very Mume thing to request.
Yes.
She was at like, Mume was also at peak weird for this.
I'm guessing that they all had to fly to Japan last minute, or maybe even not last minute, but recently to record their 3D debuts. And that is partially what it happened here.
Probably.
Is they just got back from that.
Probably.
What else happened with Mooms?
They were having a merch discussion where Calli was like, I really want to order. I really like your merch. I'm gonna have to get that bag here, and it's like, wait, the bag. It's like, yeah, I really want that bag. Calli, that literally just ended.
Talk to the managers. See what you can work
They,
out.
they both said, all right, we'll talk to the managers. We'll get something worked out.
How it always happens.
Hi, I'm the real Mume. Yes, actually, I noticed you just bought one of the bags. I was wondering if my friend Calli can have it. Thanks, random fan. Appreciate you.
My exact response would be have Calli sign something and send it to me. She can have the bag.
Let's talk numbers, man.
$3.7 million is the price of the bag.
There's two things we want. You want a bag, and I want to see 10 little piggies. Do I get to see the dogs?
The dogs aren't free. I know the dogs aren't free.
Oh my god.
Mume recommended Calli sing Through the Fire and Flames, which is a fucking Mume-ass choice if I've ever heard of anything.
The vocals are very demanding in Through the Fire and the Flames, but Calli has kind of proven she's got some pipes.
So far away.
She can do it, but holy moly.
The next up was Narissa. They talked about onsen, and Narissa recommended Welcome to the Black Parade to her face in person. What does that mean?
I'm assuming between kisses.
Narissa's requests came at very specific situations. It's like, I want you to sing Welcome to the Black Parade to me, one-on-one, in person, to my face when I
me
get
in the
there from the
eyes.
airport.
I love.
Narissa's down bad for anything that moves and is vaguely anime woman.
Yeah.
She also requested The Devil Went Down to Georgia, but rap it, including the violins. I see how this went now. It was pretty solid.
I mean, The Devil Went Down to Georgia is already kind of rapped.
Kinda. You're right. It kind of is.
I can see it.
It's delivered in the folk tradition of storytellerism, you know, carried on by Primus, nurtured to health in these late eras. But yeah, because you're right. The I don't know what Calli would change to make it yet more rap, but
Throw some yos in there. Ask Seaman to sample.
now I'm thinking of like the Devil Went Down, the Georgia like trap remix, and that it upsets me deeply.
Let's just.
What part of Georgia did the devil go down to?
I don't know. If it was Atlanta, the ATL, then it would make a lot of sense. After that, we had a concert.
Yeah.
She did a Cruel Angel's Thesis duo with Ina.
Yeah.
They did in front
And
of
Ina dabbed.
They did in front of a giant mech.
Fuck yes. Is that a taco mech?
Yeah, it's a taco something.
It's like a taco.
It's like
a
Yeah, I think it is. But they're in front of they're like in a stadium. See, there's the Armored Core.
Ah, I see.
Calli's really been enjoying Armored Core.
Yeah, everyone has.
It's because it's a great video game.
They threw a few like jokes into the like the choreography for this too, like the Ina dabbing or pretending to lose track of what she's doing and walking around.
It's so good. They covered Odo by Otto, which was with Kronii.
I actually really loved the Kronii portion. This is actually when I came in to sketch it live.
Dad versus Kronster.
The Kronster, yeah. I think I remember sending you guys screenshots because it was so fucking funny to see it. And then on like the backwards pod, it's like the worst screenshots of their 3D models that exist on the internet.
So good. And then we got Seaman in 3D.
It's the Seaman.
Yes, it's the not male, the male, yes, but not Calli, her brother or something.
Yeah,
Their
this is
lore here. Cousin.
They found the boy voice modifiers. All of the girls start liking the boy versions of themselves. They come out for April Fools and then are shoved back into the desert.
Gotcha.
The Seaman's funny because it's Calli's excuse to write Lonely Island style raps about like pathetic losers who think they're hot shit. I remember fucking watching this. And I don't even know if I messaged you guys. I thought I did. Where it's like the background. It's like, why does that say, please don't pee in the studio? And then like the 2-minute mark, Seaman decides it's time to drop a fat whiz. And he's like, oh shit.
Are you recording this?
Seaman arrives and you think Seaman's going to go away. But unfortunately, as many people who do laundry will know, it's hard to get rid of Seaman. As he now sticks around for the rest of the stream, even assisting with Mura, however the fuck you pronounce it. He goes, Mura, like butchering her own song. It's funny as fuck.
Quite the sticky situation.
Indeed.
No one could have seen where he was coming from.
Only Seaman knows. But yeah, she shows off all her fucking 3D models. Like everything she has is like here during this little dance off at the end. Yeah, there he is ruining all her hard work.
Choreography with all of her models singing to Renai Circulation.
Oh no, I forgot that Seaman singing the cutesy parts. Yeah. Fucking Calvin killing it. Fua fua eat.
Good lord.
That Calli's 3D or anniversary 3D was like this was the best of them all for me personally.
Yeah, I loved her concert. You're never gonna guess that the fucking director of the 3D segment was Kanaru. No way.
Kanaru continues to kick
Kanaru
ass.
must like wake up sobbing into their hands. Like I remember when I had time to make videos. Now everyone in Hololive just fucking messages me.
Kanaru still posts like a bunch of stuff on Twitter. All
They
the time,
absolutely
too.
do, but they have to be waking up every morning to 5 DMs from big name VTubers.
That's fine. That's great. That's good for business.
That business.
Calli's stream ended with the release of a new English cover of Internet Yamaro.
I watched it. It was a pretty good interpretation of the lyrics. It's worth it just for the crazy part to go frame by frame and look at all the fucking art she commissioned, because there's like a lot of goofy ass shit.
It is like a 5-minute video of like bright light flashing, very rapidly flashing images, and everything is just a
dogs are
reference to
censored.
something.
I love the Kiara meme in the background. It's one of my favorite Kiara memes, actually.
Lords throw some brains down from heaven.
And if you can't find any, rocks will do. It's the follow-up meme of that. It's an old German saying or Austrian saying, apparently.
Yeah, like just frame by frame. It's chock full of memes. It's one of the better English versions of this song too.
I watched this literally at 2 a.m. I'm like, this is the perfect 2 a.m. video.
Like I fucking love that little 3D M8 segment of fucking Chadcast. This is Chadcast. It's Iris saying something and not thinking anything's wrong. Calli spitting her drink out and Bae vanishing. Lord, throw some braids down from heaven.
There's the follow-up right there. I was going to say, I know it's a two-part meme. Or stones, as long as it hits the mark, is the follow-up. I love that saying. It's so good. All right. That concludes Calli's stream. Really cool video. You can check out the Internet Yamaro video right now. It's posted on her channel, of course.
All right. And with that, we're finally done with anniversaries.
Now we get to talk about 3D showcases,
Hooray.
starting with Fauna. Strap in, folks.
This is the fucking show.
That's it. We're gonna try, and I think we're gonna try and speed up a little bit through this. Fauna's 3D showcase. It took place in a pretty forest stage that has been made for her. Jeez. It had a fountain, a bench, a hovel in the background, and a gazebo. The mighty gazebo.
Nothing good happens under a gazebo.
Great things happen under the gazebo because that's where you have tea with Fauna, and then you turn into a sapling. There's also a world tree in the back. It's finally done. Congratulations. I realized during the stream quite how well endowed Fauna is. And it reflected in the notes. What are them, G cups or something? Because I was like, God, as soon as it started, I was like, holy shit, I didn't realize.
Council Rizz is the boob.
Yeah, there's no medium is premium when it comes to this, as it turns out.
Bae's as small as it gets, fellas.
Yeah, Bae is the medium is premium. Her and Mooms,
Yeah.
probably. But, yeah. Also, I really love her sleeves, and they flop everywhere. They're really cool. She did some poser quests to start off with. She did the splits, sort of. She was like, no, I ain't doing a mermaid.
I've seen the clips.
And, of course, everybody's favorite part.
The slap.
The slap. She did 2 slaps. There was a really cute 3D Nemu, the little Kirin that walks around, and there's 3D saplings as well. They also sprouted when picked up and touched by Mother Nature.
Because that's what Mother Nature does.
Yes. Again, she had the dogs out for the whole stream. She's Mother Nature. She's touching grass, you know.
You got to take the dogs for a walk.
That's how it goes. Council Risk guests showed up, and they asked her, they each had a request. The first was pretend you're in a Category 5 hurricane, so she like ran around like she was in Florida in the summertime. Then we got pretend you are a Category 5 hurricane, so she like spun in circles and went whoosh a little bit. Pretend you're a tree in a Category 5 hurricane, which is my favorite part because eventually she like dropped her arm down. She was like, I lost a branch. And then pretend you're a newborn baby in a Category 5 hurricane.
I fucking love Council. Everyone in it is like susceptible to brain rot. There's no one pumping the brakes in this gen.
Let me provide an example. They next did charades with counselors. And at one point she was charading surgery. And I don't know who asked, but one person was just like, is she pregnant?
That sounds like an Iris question.
I think it was. And then Fauna was like doing like surgery, so she was like, and then she like grabbed at her belly and like threw it off to the side. And then you just hear Bae shout, throwing out the fetus. Amazing. But I'm slightly disappointed she did not say Yeetus the fetus. That's the only downside. It could be a little better. It could have that little bit of touch, that zhuzh that it needs of throwing out the fetus. Next up, she sang Heart Hands. Oh, no, wait, she didn't sing Heart Hands. She did Heart Hands with Watame, but they sang a song together.
They sang a song.
Do we know what the song was?
Rock you like a hurricane.
Perfect.
No.
Appropriate.
It was something in Japanese. I didn't know. I didn't recognize it.
Sick. So she did sing with Watame. Watame the Fufu Hitsuji is amazing as always.
Yes, they did the heart. All I saw from the heart hands on the internet was
Yes. She definitely friend-zoned the ever-living fuck out of Watame. It was excellent and really funny.
man. Love Fauna.
Man, I love Fauna. She next did a duo with Goobers.
Gaba Goober.
They sang a Monogatari song. Shocking.
Nadeko Sengoku's
Yes.
second opening.
And yes, I knew exactly what the song was. And yes, I will mention it every time this comes up.
You didn't have to look it up, did you?
No, I didn't.
Monogatari OP2? OP win?
It's Nadeko Sengoku's second opening.
Okay, we're dipping this fucking discussion.
Wait, I'm intrigued.
It's actually, this is one of the more interesting ones. Because it's literally her first opening, but they reversed the whole thing.
God, Shaft needs to be supervised. They're weirdos.
100%. But they do make really cool stuff. She also sang Let Me Stay Here, which is her bossa nova song.
And one of my favorites.
Very good. It's a fantastic song, as we all know. Mm-hmm. She also had a couple really good animations at this point. The Hitman animation was coming on, I think.
Yeah.
Which was her just like throwing corpses off a building into a giant pile.
You know, killing someone with a banana.
Yeah. It was really good. It was just like a couple like loading animations like that between skits and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then at the end there was a trucker animation where she like got the truck stuck like she did in American Trucking Sim, and like what was the song that played? The classical music played. Mm-hmm. Either way, it was really good. It's a very specific reference.
The reference from one of her most legendary streams.
Yes.
The Euro Truck.
She's wearing the What the Truck
Simulator.
hat. So
Yeah.
good. She also did a sapling care ASMR, which was like, it's Fauna. She's going to ASMR. Mm-hmm. It's a Fauna stream.
I remember when this happened, and I'm like, I know exactly what this is. And I had to put my headset on. It's like, yep, I knew it.
Mom's not home.
And finally, she also has new merch. She got a smartphone ring, and she also showed off a like nighttime variant of her Idol 3D outfit, which was really cool. It was kind of like glowy and sparkly. It was really cool. I didn't get to watch this until today because the stream was taken away from us.
Just fucking grabbed.
So it got DMCA'd immediately, basically after it was done. Thankfully, they've managed to move some stuff around or get in contact with the right people, and the stream is now restored and you can watch it again. So please feel free to enjoy Fauna's 3D showcase. It's really very good.
This was probably my favorite 3D showcase.
I had a ton of fun with it. Also, Kronii had a 3D showcase.
She did.
Yes. She opened it with singing Idol,
Yep.
Yeah.
which was really neat and different. I don't know why it felt weird to me watching Kronii sing Idol. I don't know.
I guess because she feels a little more mature.
Yeah.
Because
like-
Idol's kind of more of I'm an upstart, but I'm self-aware. Whereas like Kronii's kind of more just like,
I know who I am and I'm self-assured.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. But everyone's singing Idol.
Yeah. That's fair. It is the big song.
It's one of
right
the 5 songs. If you don't want to sing about how your hair is being pushed back by the wind, this is all you have, you see.
now. Kronii's environment was a 3D theater.
Indeed, the great Kronii amphitheater.
Yes.
It was beautiful.
There was a Kronii in every seat, packed wall to wall. She did the Kronii Awards, where she role-played 4 different Kroniis. You got
Indeed.
Kronii with a Q, which was the Queen Roni. Mm-hmm. That's as far as I got. But we also had Sing Roni.
Yeah, which is her Idol 3D model.
Ah, that makes a little sense. You got Funny Roni.
I don't recall her despite seeing the entire thing. She did a bit, and then Clean Roni came out. Oh, I think Funny Roni played Fruit Ninja.
Oh, and she like chopped up the
yeah.
And it's
or
like,
whatever.
oh, we made a mess. Good thing Cleaneroni's here. And Cleaneroni just plays Power Wash Simulator in her arena, which was really good.
That's
Because
awesome.
Kronii fucking loves Power Wash Simulator.
Oh, yeah.
There was a really good moment where Queen Roni was doing a mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all segment. And then it was like popping up different people. And then eventually she's like, who's the most beautiful of them all? And it's just fucking Yago.
And I would like to add on to that. Because after that, the mirror finally relents and gives her another Kronii. And they start chatting like, yeah, thanks. And then the mirror Kronii goes, what are you doing after this? And she's like, I'm actually pretty available. It's like, do you want to get out of here? You want to do something? And they both go, maybe. This like long sexual tension. And out of nowhere, they both go, eh. And then it's like never a couple minutes of milking the A gag. It's like, God, this woman is insane.
Kronie's amazing.
A room filled with like 10 cronies must be mayhem. Of just like smug mind games.
She did in a cover of Eternal Snow. What is Eternal Snow?
It's a very popular anime. It's either an anime or anime game song. I've heard it everywhere.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
Oh, it's from Full Moon Sagashite.
Yeah, I had no idea what it was from. I've just heard it everywhere.
Fucking, have you ever seen an Uwu face?
The clanet ass face.
Yeah, it's a classic anime, is what.
Oh no!
Full Moon
What the fuck is this?
Sagashite is very much an old anime from the 2000s and /90s.
Joey Wheeler.
Yeah, like it's very of its time. I've never watched it. It's shoujo as fuck, as far as I know. And of course, she thanked all the cronies for helping with her shyness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody was extremely thankful for both Myth for their they all of Myth gave like really heartfelt thank yous at the end of it, of all of their stuff.
Of course.
And then for the 3D showcases they all did too. In particular, I remember Ina specifically thanked everyone for helping her, like, give her some confidence that she didn't really have a lot of confidence before this. And then Kronii specifically mentioned that this has helped her get over her shyness.
It's one of those things where they've all spent a lot of time with HoloLive now, and they've spent a lot of time growing with HoloLive. Mm-hmm. And that's fantastic. That's I think one of the nicest things
Your
about
your job can change you. A couple years ago, I was very shy about speaking on the phone and speaking in general, like I am right now. My opinions have changed, and I am now much more bold and forthcoming when it comes to telecommunication.
There you go. It gets a little easier the more you do things like this, frankly.
You just have to do it every day.
Let's hop into some quick little news bits real quick. We're going to get in and out of here.
Oh, thank God. No more anniversaries.
Yes.
I can't wait till we can celebrate our anniversary.
Soon.
And then our podcast anniversary.
Yes. Louie has a new outfit. More importantly, she's got new hairstyles. She's got twin braids.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yes. They're adorable as fuck. She also has a bob style cut now. It's also really cute.
Sorry.
Like Bob the Builder, yes.
I like the usage of this as a verb. Heterochromia Hawkeye, parentheses, can Gaius.
She said that. She literally said that.
That's funny. Bravo.
So she has a Hawkeye that she can do with her eyes, and it's like a little cross shape. And she revealed that she can now do that with a single eye. So she's got a heterochromia Hawkeye. And she also like legitimately showed this off and was like, I can Gias.
I always like the usage of like popular media as verb.
Yes. It's so good. She also has a really stylish hat and a set of glasses now that are really cute. And it works really well with her new outfit, which is a long red skirt and kind of like a semi-sheer top. You can see her arms through the sleeves and everything.
Yes.
Just in general. It looks really nice. And she's also got a perfectly average-sized Red Riding Hood.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah. What is that called? It's not a shawl. It's
Cape?
like it's a cloak.
Cloak.
I would say.
Mm-hmm. Where you
'Cause it
hide
has
your
a hood-
daggers.
Yes, exactly, because it has a hood and everything. So I'd say it's more of a cloak than anything. It's red. It's cute. She looks really good with it. Just in general, it's a really nice outfit. I like it a lot. Any thoughts on her new outfit?
I'm pleased as punch.
Heck yeah. Look at that. She's wearing the glasses and she got her hair cut short.
What a dork.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but
It's a very stylish outfit.
I like it a lot, honestly. I think it's really good. Next up, Neko Island is well on its way to completion. People will soon have to start their Minecraft punishments from the festival. Mm-hmm. This is particularly fun because Bae thought she could get away. You fucking can't.
Everyone thought that they were going to get away.
Yes.
Until screenshots came out of it is well on its way under construction. It is very large. It exists.
Yes.
It is going to happen.
Bae specifically got a message that is a letter that says, your punishment will begin soon. You have to report.
Jesus Christ.
She posted it on Twitter. So It's happening. We're gonna have more Minecraft misadventures very soon.
There's one consistent thing with like all the popular Minecraft Let's Play groups and media. It's that at some point you really need to start going out of your way to make your own fun and enforcing the fun. And this is a good example of that.
It is. I'm looking forward to this. This is gonna be nutty and insane.
You start the joke, you keep it running, you make content out of it. It works.
There you go.
Next thing you know, there's fan fiction and cosplay.
You know who else has kept something going for a long time? Kaela. For 136 plus hours, 21 streams, 4 months to create 164 netherite blocks, 5,904 ancient debris, and 5,904 gold ingots combined to create the netherite beacon. It is now complete.
The capstone of Minecraft, one of the most complicated structures to build.
Indeed.
Kaela, we have been tracking your progress for a long time. We built this podcast for you to see how it is you perform and to make sure you stay true to your duties.
Yes.
And as a hardworking blacksmith, you have proved yourself able. Bravo.
We're all very excited for you and proud.
Sleep.
Now it's time for slubs.
Sleep now, my child. No more.
A quick sadder story. Well, I guess a sadder story and a weird one is what we're going to go into real quick.
Okay.
Robocosan has been struggling with her health. She missed her 6-year anniversary collab stream, and she recently had to go to the hospital by ambulance. She is doing okay right now. She's gonna take some time off, I believe, and recover, which is what's best for her.
Yes.
Obviously, we hope her all the best, and we hope she recovers quickly.
Yeah, she had already but not been feeling great since she had to miss the 6th anniversary stream. I know that they did, in spirit, bring her into the stream, but she wasn't able to actively be a part of it. And it seems that things must have still gotten worse for her.
Yeah.
But she is receiving actual care for it now.
Yes, and as long as she needs to take time off, please go ahead and do it, because it's her health is more important, basically, than her needing to stream or anything. That's the important thing, is that she recovers well, as always.
Indeed, indeed.
And then we have a weird story. This is the thing where I got I understand a little more of I got a little backstory on Ao-Kun, one of the members of Device, and how her Rizz may actually be a curse. So she's had a lot of girl trouble in the past. Girls really like her a lot. She got asked out by a fortune teller friend, and she turned them down because she was like, no. Also, it turns out this person was already married.
Oh.
So
Don't have to be a fortune teller to tell that's going to be a problem.
yeah. And the fortune teller was just like, if you turn me down, more people are just going to keep coming for you. And I'm like, that's fucking weird. She later had her apartment checked for listening devices, and they found 3 of them
What the actual fuck?
that were from the fortune teller. And she has since moved back in with her parents because her dad was like, yeah, you're not living on your own anymore. That's a little too scary.
God, that's creepy. Hey, Dad, can I start VTubing?
Go for it. Whatever makes you happy.
I hate listening devices, but please let the strangers in.
So yeah, she's had some issues with
Yeah, that's wild.
stuff in the past.
That's
because
insane.
That's one
And
of
that's
the
before
stories she told.
And
yeah.
that's before she was like a figure to be sought after, as in a fame perspective. That's just back when she had pure Rizz, so to speak.
Yes. So it's one of those things where, she also said that she had her first kiss stolen by a childhood friend of hers or something. That was a girl.
What
Her childhood friend kissed her at some point.
What is she?
Extremely attractive to women.
Is Kiara gonna rapidly approach?
I don't know.
This is dangerous.
She's not overly feminine, so I think Narissa's not in the game.
I think it'd be
this time.
canonical. I think it makes sense for Kiara to be like, I'm not interested.
Yeah, I think Ollie would still be interested.
Yeah.
You can't stop her. Honestly, you could probably not stop Narissa either. Narissa's probably interested too. But is that something that moves and is made of anime? I'm in. Also, can I point out, because you mentioned Ollie in passing, that Ollie, when she's collabing with non-Hololive people, is the most pure form of insanity. And
She's representing the brand.
She literally, I think it was she did a collab with Coefficient. No, it was Porcelain Doll. It was Porcelain Doll. Joel. is the VTuber. And at one point, Joel was just like, I gotta test your humor. We gotta see if you have Zoomer humor. And so he turned up the reverb and just said, dicks. He didn't even have to hear the real thing. And of course, Ollie burst out laughing. And he was like, it's just reverb. I just said the word dicks. It's not funny. Stop it. And Ollie was just like, but peepees are funny. Like, there's a clip out there. Please look it up. I've recently been exposed to Joel and how fucking insane he is. And oh my God, great VTuber. Look him up. He's so good. My favorite thing is like his model is a porcelain doll. So every once in a while he's just like, here, you can have this, and he pops the head off. Like, so good.
They're made for each other.
Yes. All right. Let's talk about favorite stream moments from the week real quick.
The casual part of the stream now begins.
Yes. Hajime's speech continues to confuse people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was very noticeable, and I believe we mentioned it even at their debut, that her way of talking was very unique.
Unintelligible.
Yes.
Is the word.
Yeah, there's some clips out there of her talking, doing nothing special, and literally nobody has any idea what she's saying.
Dude, Miko's confused.
Yes.
It's Miko. No one can understand Miko to start with.
The running joke now is that she's now the bottom, and it's like raising Miko's speech up.
Amazing. Welcome to HoloLive. All right, let's talk. Oh, here's the dedicated Aura segment. We're now official supporters of Aura for transparency reasons. I suppose we'll say that we officially support Aura, in that we are subscribed to her on Twitch.
You deserve to know where your money's going.
Yeah. It's not their money. It's barely my money.
Oh, we're not supposed to be charging them. If you need a refund, you can contact me at the phone address.
I don't think we're allowed to yet. Anyway.
Oh, we're not allowed. Do not contact me at the email address. I have other matters to attend.
Aura this week has played Power Washing Simulator with Camilla, which is really cool. She also did a restaurant. Get it? Roleplay. She took a limited number of orders from chat. The store is locked with no windows. You cannot leave once you're in, except when she lets you go. Tell me about the Moe Q and Carlos.
So, people ordered omurice. Mm-hmm. She drew things on it with ketchup, and then she did the Moe Kyun for you. She did it once.
Excellent.
Cast a spell on your omurice to make it taste better. Woo.
Say the Moe Q and
Moe Kyun.
Thank you, One Piece character.
I'm the Joker, baby.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Mr. J.
Holly, get back in the sexism room. You weren't done in there.
If you can't pay for your order at the restaurant, you have to do stuff for Aura.
What the fuck? Why? That's not how restaurants work.
You might have to go hang out in the freezer out back. She'll come back for you.
What do you mean out back? Where?
You might have to clean the store.
That's fine. That's a job. That's normal.
You might have to be the new ceiling fan.
Nick, can I ask you a personal question?
You can.
What does that mean?
There's a couple different ways it can be done, but I believe it's pretty straightforward.
And only 3 of them aren't sexual.
Yes. Correct. So you have to choose carefully.
Spin on the ceiling, blowing downward.
Maybe she gets your house, car, whole family, and everything else.
Those have greater monetary value than your omurice.
That's what you think.
Maybe you have to give her your limbs.
I don't want to eat here.
Maybe you become soup for her. Or maybe you have to give her a Nokia 3310 or a SIM card for one.
I'm going to throw out a wild thing to say. Mm-hmm. I don't want to eat at a restaurant that has ever had a history of taking human body parts as currency. I think at that point you've exited the common decorum accepted by our current world.
Let me tell you about KFP.
I don't eat at KFP. It's worse than Mobiles
You
Filmranos.
watch your fucking step.
Gustavo
The
Fring is
kids'
safer.
meals toys that are available include an iPod Shuffle,
Cool. Good grab.
Windows 98,
Bad grab. That key is cracked. You do not need a CD for it anymore.
the best game ever, or the SpongeBob Plug and Play.
I've seen much coverage of the SpongeBob Plug and Play. Thank you, Ashens.
She ended the stream by rating Girl DM.
Ah, good choice.
I will now talk about the American trucking stream for approximately 4 minutes.
begin the timer.
Today, there was an American trucking sim. Thank you for attending. She did 2 streams today, actually. The first one, she did a cooking stream with Geary, which I missed, and I'm heartbroken about. I'm going to wait and hope that Geary puts up like a highlights, because I cannot find an archive of it anywhere. And I really want to see it, because I think that'd be a really great stream.
I love watching her collab streams, like Gary's collab streams.
Geary's streams are always cool, frankly. We also had an American truck driving simulator, whatever, that game. Aura played that today. She's a very good driver. She doesn't have a license. She proceeded to wreck her truck about 40 times while taking a load of trees 40 feet down the road. She's a very good driver. She was on the right side of the road sometimes. Sometimes she just decided, screw it, I'm going to drive on the median because then there's no speed limit, according to her.
No. Why did she drive? There's a European one. If she okay,
She drove the European one last time. This time it was American time.
fair. How brave of her.
Yes. Just in
Branch-
general,
branch
it was another really fun stream. I guess there's not a whole lot to say about it. Just
Yeah.
start to finish.
I
it was a good
haven't
time,
had
though.
the chance to watch it, but the trucking simulator streams are always hilarious.
There's always it's always just a shit show. It's really good. She did reassure everybody that she's really happy where she is, and it's just she's very happy with where she is as far as being a VTuber and
Yeah.
everything involved with it. So it's a good stream. It's worth watching.
Yeah, I'm glad that she had a lot of very immediate success and attention to get her going.
There you go. It's really good because I think she's doing really well, frankly. Randon. You want to tell us what Randon did?
Randon.
So he was playing Disco Elysium.
That's a Cameron game.
I caught a little bit of this. My only issue is Disco Elysium is a game I've seen covered by 50 people. 7 of them are my friend group. So I'm at the point where it's I'm good not seeing a couple seconds of Disco Elysium for a little while. It's one of the best games ever made, but yeah. I watched some of it. He was during one of the big monologues where the ship lady's telling you what the world is.
Yeah, I've never seen anything from this game.
Disco Elysium is a wild ass game.
Yeah, I could tell.
Definition of a modern cult classic.
Yes.
From the hour of this that I watched, it was insane the amount of things that you could choose and the amount of things that he did choose to do, including I think he was trying to open a box or something at one point. He's like, "All right, I really need what's in this box. 86% chance to succeed. Let's go." Rolls it, double ones.
Yeah.
fails.
Fuck off, die. Double ones are a fail no matter how good your score is.
Oof. I believe is what is said there.
Disco Elysium is a great game. You can go outside, get insulted by a child so hard you die, lie to your friends, steal money from an old lady, vomit, talk to your necktie, be convinced that disco needs to make a comeback, try to tell other people it needs to. No one else believes you. And then ask a lady what is money.
That's Disco Elysium, yeah.
I think my favorite thing from watching him play it was him just walking around with his character like a coat and a tie with no shirt underneath.
Yeah.
His underwear wearing no pants or shoes, and he was walking around smelling everything.
Oh no, he put all of his skills into perception. Perception smells everything. He loves to smell. Oh my god.
Disco Elysium is such a fucking game.
I finally figured out the term to call it. It is an absurd existential comedy. It's a game that thinks walking is funny.
How can we make a joke out of this? You know what?
Just make someone a huge fucking wreck and then have them observe everything about how much of a wreck they are. You can make anything funny.
I remember in the middle of all this too, he was just doing something random, and out of nowhere, one of the options was just I should off myself right now. And then like the next like 6 dialogue options all had something related to that as part of
I think he might have internalized depression a little bit earlier on, which means like you're headed down a path now. Jeez, Randon, get some help.
Get some help. Maybe you could ask Laimu.
Oh shit!
Laimu's been playing Lies of P.
I've been slacking on my Laimu duty.
Lies of P is a game where you're Pinocchio and you're a puppet.
Yeah. It's Pinocchio Bloodborne, and the upgrade item is called P organs.
Yep. It's a very serious game. So apparently Nero and Vettel raided into this after a Subnautica stream, and that's how Carlos got here.
Yes. I've never really watched a ton of her. I know of her. Her model's still great. I watched it for a little while. Just it's insane watching her like live, how well this model works. And
she went through that big 2.0 update a while ago.
Yeah.
And it is a gorgeous model, so.
But yeah, she was having a pretty good time playing this game, except some of the enemies will run at you in that game. And apparently that's something that hardcore triggers her, is having monsters run at her.
Yeah, reasonable.
Fair enough.
She was not having a good time with that. And they were just like random basic enemies. Too.
Here's a new thing. This is actually kind of emergent. My new least favorite moment in horror games is when you're now staring down a photorealistic hallway that's really dark, and you know the game wants you to go down there to go pull the switch. I was like, okay.
Let me see. Resident Evil 2 HD remake, Xbox and PS4 version.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you first get into the first save zone, and then you're like, cool, and then they're like, go save this guy. He's over here. Good luck. It's a dark hallway. Use your flashlight. And I'm just like, I don't fucking want to play this game anymore. Beat it twice though. Yeah.
It's when you get past a certain point where a certain mister joins. From now on, footsteps are terrible. What a fucking good game.
That game is game made me upset. Spaghetti is fantastic. It's great.
For Signalis, it'd be radial signals. And anytime you hear the word Achtung, that's a very bad sign. You should leave.
That is a warning, after all. Roca Rourin watched, or did she just research? Banned cartoon episodes.
She did a lot of research into this.
Ooh.
And man, she knew what she was talking about. And after watching the whole stream, I'm like, I actually think I've seen about 90% of these episodes. Like there was like a couple that from cartoons that I don't really remember, and one of them was from like a new SpongeBob episode that it was no, like she hadn't seen it either because it was like new in the last couple of years new, and it was banned temporarily for good reason.
I'm scrolling through and she's showing screenshots from some of the cartoon episodes, and I'm recognizing some of them as someone who used to watch more cartoon YouTubers. Mm-hmm. Dexter's Lab, rude removal, because
that's Dexter's butt.
It's Dee Dee and Dexter dropping the F-bomb. They censored it, beeps, but the network still thought that was too far.
It's like the SpongeBob episode where it's all dolphin talk or whatever.
SpongeBob did, I think, a better job scripting, where I don't think the actors actually swore, and two, it wasn't really clear which one they were saying.
Yeah.
I think Dexter's issue is there was nothing else he could have said in that moment.
Yeah.
I mean, half of Ren and Stimpy was probably banned at some point, if not all of it. Rocco's Modern Life had a ton of stuff that was super inappropriate. One of my favorite shows of all time. Beavis and Butthead, of course.
A lot of the Beavis and Butthead stuff was not even entirely their fault. It was kind of situational.
Yeah. Typically, when a network signs on a creator, they know what they're in for. I mean, for God's sake, Nickelodeon let Invaders Zim go for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And despite the fact the creator actively hated them, which I think might be a misphrasing, but he was definitely fucking with them at one point. It's usually situational stuff with cartoons where the atmosphere / vibe has changed. Unless you're localizing cartoons, in which case you have to throw up your hands and go, okay, James has massive tits in this one and a gun.
Yeah, we're just not doing that episode.
We can't win. We can't help the
I
children.
know that there was an episode of Peppa Pig that was banned in Australia because they were like befriending spiders, and Australians were like, no.
Yeah.
Nope,
You cannot
not
tell
friends.
children to be nice to spiders in Australia. They'll die.
I think the weirdest one out of this whole stream was a Pingu episode.
Newt Newt.
Yeah, I saw the screenshot she showed. I get it.
Yeah. It was from the episode where they showed Pingu peeing.
Oh, okay.
And Roca's exact response to this was that it's like clay animation. It means somebody had to clay animate this. They knew what they were doing.
Frame 15, still pissing. Frame 16, the piss stream is about to hit the wall.
I do know that.
I don't know how this is supposed to look. Let me look at the photo models. 17 complete.
I will say that I know there was an episode of Cowboy Bebop that was banned on Adult Swim for a long time because there was there was a building that had 2 towers that got bombed.
Oh, Spike, how could you?
Spike was trying to prevent it. It was the episode with the teddy bomber. He put teddy bears full of bombs in places. He was not a nice man.
Spike.
But it was also the episode with Andy, which was one of my favorite characters in fucking Cowboy Bebop. He was there for one episode. He was always on a horse. Like 100% of the time if Andy was on screen, he was just on a horse and people would be like, "It's Andy." Andy would walk up and threaten Spike because he thought Spike was the bad guy for some reason. Anyway, it was a dumb
Spike
episode.
Spiegel.
Well,
He was like, "You're the teddy bomber." And Spike's like, "I caught the teddy bomber."
I fucking hate you guys.
Such a good episode.
I need to finish it, anime. I got so far in it.
Oh, it's so good.
It's great.
well, one of the Simpsons episodes was banned for the same reason.
Just bad timing with 9/11.
It aired way before 9/11, but it had the Twin Towers in a shot. So it was just
Oh yeah.
it was just temporarily not aired because nobody wanted to be seeing that.
There's also the episode that partially took place inside the Twin Towers, where
Yeah.
he was like, his car got booted out front of the Twin Towers. Like
yeah.
that was just a thing.
But it was really interesting because she's Roca, in case you don't know, which I only recently learned too, is from the Netherlands.
Oh, cool.
So it was interesting hearing her talk about all these cartoons and like what she knew about cartoons that were primarily from the United States.
That's really funny. I mean, America's really good at exporting media. That's what we do best, frankly. That's one of our top things. So it makes a lot of sense that people around the world have seen a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Roca Rourin also did a video game karaoke. Of course, she sang Snake Eater. Of course,
Yes.
she sang Baka Mitai. She sang Weight of the World and Song of the Ancients from Nier Automata and Replicants.
Good choice.
She sang Want You Gone from Portal 2, which is one of my favorite songs. So fucking good.
Here we are again.
The Song of the Ancients that she did was really interesting.
Okay.
Because she sung, there's 2 versions of this. There's one from Nier Automata and then one from Replicant. The one from Replicant, I haven't played that game, but I looked it up because this is a duo in Replicant.
Right?
So she sung the whole thing one time through and recorded her voice.
Oh, she looped it.
I then looped it, and then she sung to like the other part of the duo at the same time with the recording of herself.
Fucking band.
It was
That's so
really
cool.
neat.
I love that kind of shit. She sang Sonic and Persona 5, a bunch of stuff. All classics, all great stuff, frankly.
Oh, she sung Escape from the City. I had to know which song specifically.
The best Sonic song.
Rolling around.
At the speed of sound. Riro Ron, moving on to our next VTuber that we're talking about tonight. Did a meme karaoke. Gangnam Style, Du Hast, Baby by Justin Bieber. What's going on? The He-Man edition. Gary Come Home from SpongeBob. The entire full-length version of Nyan Cat. Let It Go from Frozen. Unravel from Tokyo Ghoul. Smooth Criminal. Smells Like Teen Spirit. Her original song. Definitely not a troll at all. Barbie Girl, The World Is Mine by Hatsune Miku, The Final Countdown by Europe. It's all meme songs. It's memes all the way down, boys. It's
Yep.
great shit.
So yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and spoil this. Her original song, Cyber. You can go to her channel and watch this. It's actually really good. I liked it a lot. So the karaoke that she did for this, she rickrolled you.
Oh,
She did not sing her original song.
thank you for saving me from this.
Some Kobo bullshit.
Some fucking Kiara bullshit's what that is. And of course, we're gonna move on to Finana Ryugu. There's a new original song and music video, Unseiso. I watched and listened to this. It made me feel things in my heart.
Yeah, this kind of changed my view on her a little bit. I remember saying ages ago, I thought she was more of like an innocent person.
Very say so.
I don't know if she's changed over time since I've been watching her and not watching her as much, or if she's just always been like this and I didn't watch her enough. But yeah, Unseiso. It's a very, very fitting title for the song.
Yes, it's a great video. I recommend it. There's a lot of slight gyrations, and a lot of chains. Anyways, she sticks
Yeah.
her tongue out a lot. She's got pointy teeth. Just in general, it's honestly, the song is really good. It's very it's very EDM, kind of dubsteppy. It's good stuff.
Yeah, this was a collab with Ghost Data, which
Ghost State. Heard that name somewhere.
they've also did a song with Project Melody a few years ago. It's a very, very similar feel to it.
There you go.
Ghost Data. Oh man. Oh lordy. Hot Topic X Ghost Data. Ghost Data X Hot Topic.
But yeah, this video was in celebration of her new outfit, which it's shown in the video what her new outfit is.
Yoga pants. That's all I'm gonna say. And fishnets, I think too, right? Something to do with fishnets.
Yeah, it's
Either way.
supposed to be like a dark fantasy mermaid type thing.
Dark Fantasy Mermaid is like 3 pretty good adjectives.
Looks good.
I guess this is her version of the mermaid pose.
More or less.
That's like the lamest joke I've made in
If
my
you'd
entire
like
life.
to see our version of the mermaid pose,
No,
get us to 100,000 subscribers and we'll talk.
I'll do more for less. I swapped straight from the straight man to that joke to another type of man. Your cat's about to jump up.
My cat's an idiot.
Do it, dummy. Yeah.
Good boy.
Yeah, attaboy.
If you think my cat's a dumbass,
Leave a comment down below. Berate him.
yeah, he's a good boy.
He's a traitor to his nation and feels no companionship.
It's true. We are Super Chats Podcast, VTuber discussion podcast. We introduced ourselves at the beginning. I'm not going to do that again. But
Yeah.
if you like what we're doing, go ahead and drop a subscription down below. We always appreciate it. We hope you stick through the episodes. Let us know if there's anything we missed this week that you think we should talk about. Let me know if there's anything cool upcoming. The comments are down there for a reason. If you think that we're doing a good job and you're listening on a podcast service, please rate us 5 stars. It helps us with the algorithm, helps people find us, and then we can infect more people with our weebdom.
If your review is funny, we may share it on the podcast or among our peers and compatriots.
Indeed. So, it's not really hard to help us shape what this is and where it will go. Let us know what you think.
A VTuber left us a comment once. We have now seen the maturity of her streams.
She is a featured she is a featured part of this stream now. We talk about her basically every week.
That's
And
all
also,
it takes, fellas.
We are literally subscribed to her.
We are weak-willed and lonely.
If you say hi, we will be like, hello.
We scream into the void and welcome the creatures that crawl from it.
Are you a creature of the void? Congratulations. You'll probably like Ina.
You're just like a little guy.
And now let's move on to our industry focus of the week. It's Shirogane Noel, 3rd generation of HoloLive JP. Quote, all hustle, all muscle. Shirogane Noel's here. Unquote. This is the official description from the talent page. As much as this fluffy, meat-headed knight may be easygoing, she's very much a musclehead. She freely admits that. And she's like, thinking makes me angry. I'm just going to hit stuff. That's her entire outlook. As much as this fluffy, meat-headed knight may be easygoing, she has the dangerous habit of attempting to muscle her way through her problems. Hungering for power, she came to train to the VTuber world where all the strong people are.
Oh my god.
One thing I love about Noel is she really likes beef bowls.
Mood.
Yes, they're so good. She's 158 centimeters tall. For the burger people out there, she's 5'2".
Oh. Just a little thing.
Yes, she's rather dainty. She's tall for a HoloLive member. Her birthday is November 24th.
Hey, that's coming up.
She has a small number of subs, 1.72 million.
Yeah, almost nothing.
Yeah, practically nothing. So we're trying to help her out here. Go ahead and subscribe to her.
Subscribe to Noel.
Yes. She has a big personality. Mm-hmm. Her personality is K-Cup. She is frequently quoted as saying that she has a K-Cup or a Night Cup.
K for night.
Yeah, K
D for
night.
dragon.
There you go. She is frequently paired with Flare. They are very, very close. They have matching friendship rings. Thank you, Mobile Suit Gundam. Her fans are known as the Shirogane Kishidan, or the Knights Order of Shirogane. And she's often also heavily associated with cows and milk for some reason.
All I know about her really is she's the reason there's a lot of milk power-ups in HoloCure.
She's got the significant booba.
Breasts.
Yes.
Boobs.
That's not her only personality trait. I think, honestly, she's really funny and entertaining as a streamer. There's a lot of really good clips out there. I can't really pick out any in particular right this moment off the top of my head, but I've seen quite a few clips that are really good.
Yeah, she's an instance where, like, she's someone I recognize, but I've actually never seen clipped on her own, at least from my English perspective.
Mm-hmm. I like her altogether. I think she's pretty great. And then finally, at the end of our streams, we generally like to talk about birthdays.
Birthdays.
Birthdays, in this case, starting on September 19th. And I don't see anybody that I'm recognizing right now.
Well, let me look something up.
There's no more HoloLive folks until October.
I can breathe.
Oh, I'm lying actually. Roboru is on the 26th, but that's not coming up. Actually, no, that counts. Happy birthday, Roboru.
Happy birthday.
You're one of the biggest stars in Holo Stars, JP, and that's awesome.
It's Jimmy Fallon's birthday.
Cool. He's one of my favorite VTubers.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Tomoshka Hikasa is on September 21st. Happy birthday, Tomoshka.
Wow.
She's from Vom's project.
Play Pikmin.
Play Pikmin. I think I've seen this one before.
Ooh, Captain
Hannah.
of the SS Hannah.
September 22nd. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Hannah.
Happy birthday.
You're killing it. Play Pikmin.
Play Pikmin. Cam does not have a favorite game right now. Play Final Fantasy 16. Fuck it.
That's a good game.
It's a
When you're
solid
done Final Fantasy 16, play Pikmin.
game. No, play Celeste. That's actually what I want you people to play.
When you get frustrated with Celeste, because it's really hard.
Listen, it's not that hard.
Play
Listen,
Pikmin.
here's the thing. Celeste, I won't lie. Celeste is a hard game, but you can do it. I know you can.
That's the theme of the game.
It's a perfectly fine game if you stop at the normal ending. There is no extra ending. There is no extra ending. Don't do it.
They made it up. They pretended it.
I'm not saying that you have to beat Chapter 9. You don't have to beat Chapter 9. I beat Chapter 9, and I suck. So, I think that's all the major birthdays we can find right now. So, thank you, everybody, for coming around and talking about VTubers this week. Thank you, everybody, for listening this week. Like I said, seriously, though, let us know in the comments below what we can do to improve, what we need to do going forward. Help us improve ourselves so we can bring better discussion and information to you. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.